listening to the KVKL Week 7 review, Week 8 preview. We're up here back at the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts. We're up here, of course, always enjoying our $2.50 almost anything drinks. I'm here with Seth Sanchez.
Yeah, that's USC quarterback Mark Sanchez. Copy.
You guys rip your shirt off. You guys look exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
After that post on Facebook, I want your nickname to be Seth Non-Toxic Masculinity Sanchez.
Okay, real fast. That was my teammate's post. She doesn't have Facebook. I posted it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing though.
Whatever.
Non-toxic by proxy.
And Chrissy Callahan
Houlihan
Cedarstrom. Thank you. I tried my best over here.
You're doing great.
God, of course, Jason Cougar Huang.
Hot dog is still not a sandwich. No, it's just not. Sorry.
And
don't have
Ben
time.
Hutnick, and I am your host, Tim Fredrickson.
I still like Fearless Leader better.
I don't know. All right.
Tim, what you got to give it to your mama, Fredrickson. Is that maybe one of the weirdest lyrics to start a song ever?
Yes. So today's podcast is sponsored by Wildman Vintage. We all know Wildman Vintage, but if you don't, it's at 939 Massachusetts. It's your place to get all your kinds of clothing wiles and really get yourself ready for the night.
Should we give the sponsor a CJ Flair and say, Wildman Vintage?
Wildman Vintage! If you want to give them a call up and see if they've got a certain bit of attire that you're looking for, give them a call at 913-777-4810. Their working hours Sunday 12 to 6, Monday through Thursday 11 through 7, and Friday and Saturday 11 through 8. And I have it under really strict authority that actually Phil Childs couldn't be on the podcast today because he's actually in Kamchatka right now, territory of Russia, searching for the finest of vintage clothing right now.
Is he really in Russia?
Really, absolutely. Do not think that I'm lying, Cougar. This is the truth.
Wow. Russians don't lie.
No, they do not.
He's taking a game of Risk really seriously. Kamchatka is the key to the Asian lands.
Well, it's the passageway to the North
That's
of
right.
America.
Kamchatka is weak.
All right, so I believe Kickball happened, so let's just go ahead and run right into it, all right? We're going to start over at YSC 1, 5 o'clock. It's going to be late fees, 24, all right, versus Rockets 33. Wow.
Typical high-scoring six-ranked game.
Yeah, getting some offense around.
Maybe the highest scoring game of the season. That's
Ever.
I don't know about ever, but
No,
Or who?
like 50 combined, like 57 runs.
yeah, that's. How long did this game take? Good lord.
Over 2 hours.
The score sheet says under. It says 5:08 to 6:55.
How?
Yeah, I just wondered kind of what the defense was at on those then, because we played
Non-existent.
late fees already, and you played Rockets already.
Yeah, we
and
scored some runs against Rockets last week.
yeah, the late fees kept really tight against us, so I don't understand how these scores
Well, I think
happened.
we've got some insider information here.
So Holcomb had intense wind, YSC's wind, sorry. The wind at YSC was intense, and so the two fields on the north side, the wind was blowing out, and I think that the outfielders were not prepared to track balls when the wind got a hold of them and just kept pushing them. Both teams had trouble with that. And then the two teams on the south side are going to be lower scoring games, you'll see, because the wind was pushing everything in. Nothing got in the air. And if it did, it just floated for long enough for someone to get underneath it and get it. So what was it, like 33-22?
Yeah, 24.
24.
Yeah, it was. When I checked the score the first time, it was like 9-19, and it just kept going up and up and up and up every time I went to check.
Yeah, and when you're looking at the score sheets here, what you see is like a lot of time in between outs. So you got a lot of people on base, a lot of stuff happening.
I see that they need to normalize their diet because both these teams got the runs.
I texted my friend who plays on Liberty Hall, Allie, and I asked her 33-24 ? Exclamation point, and she said, "Yeah, our outfield got blazed up like every inning." I was like, "Oh, they got high every inning?" She's like, "No, they just got burnt every inning." I was like, "Oh, that makes more sense."
Either way explains it.
Either way.
Well, they should have come to the clinic because we got great tracking advice and pop flight advice when we were at the clinic. So that's unfortunate they couldn't accommodate the wind.
It's too bad. All right, following that up, 7 o'clock, we've got 23rd Street Brewery, 7. Button Grind, 6. Wow.
There's the low scoring.
Oh,
Yeah.
the wind died down?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Was that close going late?
It sure looks like it. Yeah, it was pretty well back and forth throughout all the innings.
It looks like. Is that a walk-off?
It was a walk-off. Aaron Hayden was the walk-off run.
Way to go, Aaron.
No, wait, 23rd Street was
that?
visitor.
No, it's
Whisper
23rd
from
Brewery. They're the
the-
visiting team.
23rd was visitor, so they
23rd
scored
is
and
the
held.
visiting team.
What?
They're the visiting team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So they
wouldn't
scored
have
and
had
held.
that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron.
They
I don't
scored in
know.
the top
I
of
was
the
told
ninth.
by Erin Gardner that she was the walk-off win or the
not
run-
walk-off.
Not a
Winning
walk-off.
run.
She's the winning run.
Winning run.
Maybe she said it wrong. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. I had a lot of time. My game got done way early.
She's the winning run.
So.
All right.
No notes.
Well, into the wind, we've got the Soda Jerks
Derek.
versus Drop Stoppers 4.
Derek versus his old team.
Oh, wow. It was,
yeah, it was,
You guys, wow, it was.
It was insanely
I'm gonna let
close.
you talk. I'm gonna let you
Yeah. That's my old alpha mater. Some of you don't know, it was balls deep way back in the day. So
There is a
a
note.
bunch of us got us a bunch of old jerseys and
Did
wore
you
'em.
just say old balls deep?
Old balls deep. Back in the day, balls deep. Anyways, I really wanted to win against my old captain, Adam P. Sadly, we didn't do it. It was just defensively a crazy tough, close game. Like both teams, 3 up, 3 down. Is probably the fastest game in KVKL history. I think 45 minutes we were done.
No one wrote the goddamn end time.
I forgot. It was my fault.
Katie Keating did it.
Katie.
That being said,
Katie, the referees are.
Steven popped a ball and we switched it out, and I think that ball was just a tad bit juicier, and that's where they scored their first 2 runs. Is they put it over our right fielder, and no lie, we pulled him back 3 times. He got burned. He's like, hey, take a couple steps back. He got burned again. Take a couple steps back. The ball just would not stop going out to that right field.
I call shenanigans, chicanery.
I do. Deflategate or overinflategate. But I mean, that being said, they didn't score off all of them. We relayed really well. I think one of them, we got the catch, double relayed to me, and I got the out at home. So, it was just a defensively great game. I know we didn't win, and the score is really low, but for me personally, the last 3 weeks have been just dog shit for our team as far as offense. We've been stagnant since our game of the week. Morale's been down. In this game, we had almost full team. We've had a guy who was injured finally come back, and it just felt really good. Even though we lost, it just felt good to play defensively and awesome.
Face it, Derek, you wish you were playing my team again, were you?
Boy, those were the days. Those were the days.
Who doesn't?
I was just going to say, I wrecked this game, and it was way different in the outfield than it was for us at 7 o'clock. And I think that was a huge factor for both teams in the first 5 innings. And Drop Stoppers just found that spot, and they had 2 triples. And I should say, stop looking at the ball. Steven would have had a home run if he had just ran. I mean, he was watching a pop fly that just got carried in the wind and dropped. And
I think we eventually got him out at home.
yeah.
Yeah, he stopped at 3, and then we had another play where we busted him out at home. So he could have easily scored on his first initial kick.
He does kick a beautiful ball. I can't really blame him for stopping to admire it.
Oh, God, just look at it
He was
go.
mesmerized.
All right. Following that, we've got Asteroid Head 6 over Ghosts, only 3.
Katie's here.
Katie.
Shout out to my Ghosts. We've been playing the best defense that I've ever seen us play in a 3-week span. Well, I wasn't there the first week, but in the 6 years that I played for Ghosts, or 7 years maybe, I can't remember. But Asteroid Head just has some legs, and the wind got us in the first inning. Unfortunately, we had 3 drops, I think, in the outfield that led to 4 runs. And we just
5.
played.
Yeah.
They had scored before we had the drops.
gotcha.
Yeah. So we tightened it up the rest of the game, and unfortunately our legs just aren't going yet. And hopefully we can take some magic from the Eels and get some runs this week.
I got to say here, Katie, that your defense, your right has been good ever since. Obviously, it's KTC. This is KTC. Against Jayhawk CrossFit, you only allowed 4 runs. Matadors against 7. Mastery Brewery 2, and then Asteroid had 6.
That's good against Matadors.
Really, really good.
Last week.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say a lot of that has to do with our changing of our positions too.
Yeah.
The KTC game was, we just did a whole bunch of different stuff, and since then we kind of found where each person wants to live and plays really well, and we're all talking.
Did you talk about the Adam had a solid jump snatch catch
Yes.
on one? Did you mention that?
He is our defensive MVP of the game. Nice sweet jump that I actually at second saw going over his head, and he just grabbed it and just threw it right down at Thrasher, trying to slide back into first. It was amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and shout out to our new player Brandon. He's been playing amazing. Our catcher, real tall guy, dreads. He's one of our most positive players, and he's just been listening to us and very coachable, and he's our offensive MVP of the game and got on base 3 times I think this game. So, yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, following up, we got the 5 o'clock game at YSC. We've got Love Garden Squids 3 and Muddy Waters not 20.
9.
Muddy Waters 9 over the Squids. I actually sat and watched this game, and
It's the lowest point spread for them this season.
but still, I mean, things were happening off of like just errors that I'm just not used to seeing either of those teams make. Just like a couple of throwing errors, a misjudgment on a run.
That's encouraging.
But I mean, really, I think I was there for the 3rd inning there when Muddy really put in those 5 runs there, and I mean, I think that was really what
I had ref Muddy game of the week before, so I was looking at this score sheet, and it kind of looked like they were getting some at bats, maybe that didn't get all the at bats that they had hoped for the previous week. Like Isaac was rotating further down the lineup. I can't imagine they're going to do that against the top. Is he hurt? I don't know. He could be hurt. Oh, he tweaked something? Okay. Well, I bet he's okay by KTC.
That's week 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just needs the needle like the rest of us.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was the full force Muddy effort, but still, holding Love Garden to 3 is no small feat.
Yep.
All right. Following that game, YSC 3, we've got Corksuckers 6, Poshwash.
A lot.
Not a lot. 11?
11.
Enough. How's that?
Enough to win. How about that?
Poshwash just keeps rolling.
Kamish, you were there.
Damn.
You saw what happened.
She's drunk.
I wasn't drunk yet.
But you weren't playing.
I was getting drunk. I'm not playing. I'm out for the rest of the year. Thanks for reminding me. It's super depressing when you get to go to kickball but not play kickball. So we had to pick up a new lady this week because I can't come back to play for the rest of the year. Her name's Lydia. She's played kickball before, and she's amazing. Our other 2 new players over the year were able to be there this week. So we had our full team there, which I don't think we've been able to do all season. We were missing one player. He's out on vacation, named Chris. We had our whole team there, and I think it's the first time we have. And getting all of our players eligible this week finally was nice, and we're having fun and rolled with it because Nikki on my team is married to Kyle on Cork, and Nikki, Wes, Katie, and at least one other person from my team plays on a Friday night team with almost all of Corksuckers. So it was kind of an incestuous, like we all hang out with each other a lot, and so we just played kickball against each other. They're all in another team together, and we split up for KVKL. It's very interesting. So it was really fun and really relaxed.
I don't know what this Friday. Is that even a league? I don't.
It's kind of a shit show. It's kind of a drafting area for kickballers. If you can't find people to play kickball, you can probably go
It's like
there.
the NBA Summer League.
Farm league.
We got a couple of notes here. Great kick by Fran in the first. Great kick by Megan on the third. Great catch by Evan in the 5th. So
Evan and Morgan, yes.
having some really good stuff happening. But yeah. All right.
Yeah. Say, don't sleep on Morgan. She'll burn you.
Noted. Thank you, Kamish.
All right. Here we go. YSC 4, 5 o'clock. The Misfit Toys 27. Kicking Assets 12. Game called in the top of the 9th.
Middle of the 9th.
No,
Actually,
No,
it's
it's
also
adjusted.
19.
the score has been officially changed.
To 19.
It has?
Yeah,
on the board,
We
on the-
removed the ninth inning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
on the website.
Well,
Why was it called?
This is an interesting.
so this game was called for top of the ninth inning. Misfit Toys scores 7 runs to put them into the 15 runs
In
over
mid-inning.
an hour and
Oh, weird.
15-minute time frame. 'Cause
Adam and
at
Reese
that
are
point in
here.
time, when the game was called, it was 6:50 when the game was called.
Oh,
But it was called, the other team didn't get a chance to answer.
yeah.
And do either of you guys want to come up and talk about it? You're both here. Yay! Adam's here too. Like, both teams are here.
Williams division. Let's go.
Ah,
I only came to fight Marisa.
yeah.
Say it for the mic.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, so it was called in the ninth, and assets were the home team, so we didn't even get to rebuttal and do our last home team advantage of kicking in the final, and they got. I think that might have been the inning where they even got their most runs. It was. Yeah, they kicked through the entire order, and it was just. They were. Misfit toys, honestly, they're the type of toy you want to play with after you've had your happy ending because they're so much fun. I mean, they were great. I mean, we didn't get our happy ending, so we'll never know. But
Yeah, they cut the game off.
yeah, they cut the game off, and that was a little irritating.
I think they call that a spoiled ending.
We would still play them again.
A premature win.
What was the pace like of the game? Because you guys did have a fairly long game. Was it wind? Was it?
Oh my gosh,
Was
the
it
wind.
teams not getting on and off? Was it refs not telling you guys? Were a lot of pitches taken? What was causing the pace of the game?
It was honestly the wind. We were pitching into the wind, and it was like, I don't know, maybe Adam has like a little bit more oomph under his pitches, but anytime I would pitch it, it would just go straight towards the catcher.
Okay.
And it wasn't until maybe the 5th, 6th, maybe even only in the 9th inning, the wind finally died down, and I was actually pitching it where they needed it to go, which is why they got the runs. Otherwise, wouldn't have happened.
I mean, there was a couple of people even on my team and myself that were watching this game. We kind of didn't realize the game was actually kind of essentially dragging along.
Yeah, no, we
until
didn't.
it got into an hour and 30 minutes, and I look at my phone, and it's like, oh fuck, we should be warming up right now.
Yeah, we actually
so it didn't
started.
seem like it was a game that was taking a lot of time.
Well, and we started it around like really close to 5:10. I think it was somewhere in there. I mean, so it was a little. I mean, it wasn't quite 2 hours, but I mean, I have video of us just standing on the field waiting for a kicker from Toys to come up. There's a lot of laziness. No, one of the things with it was that so we had the wind and just a lot of. I mean, it's not that we were throwing the ball around a lot, but they were kicking it where we weren't. Like they were doing a lot of nice grounds right in between or third and pitcher, going back almost to where it's past the shortstop, but the center field's coming up, and they're making runs. They're really aggressive on the bases. We had a new player who was familiar with baseball, but not familiar with the orange bag rule. And so,
Yes, I remember seeing that.
they were, so the Toys and the refs were super patient with him and were giving him pointers about where to go with stuff and how to do it. And I really appreciate that on both sides of that. That was just awesome about how, I mean, Adam could have gotten him out at first because he was standing on the orange bag. He didn't realize he turned left and then runs back and goes to the orange bag, and Adam's standing on the white bag, and he goes, I'm not going to tag you because you just come on, man. I know. You got it. And they were already kicking our ass by that point, but it was still anyone's game,
Yeah, I mean, there were multiple times where I was like, it's only the blank inning, so you're saying, nobody realized how long or the game was taking. And I think it was mostly, I didn't feel like there were a ridiculous amount of pitches being taken or the wind was that as big a factor, at least to me, like you were saying. But I just think it was that both of us had a lot of base runners before we'd get, obviously a lot of points were scored.
Yeah.
A lot of base runners, a lot of
there's a lot of people on base.
Benny Hill theme song, defensive implosion moments on my team, and maybe both. I would, if you would agree with that, but So I think that's just everything kind of just compiled to be one of the longest games I've ever played. So that's kind of why when both the refs were like, okay, sorry guys, we got to cut this off, that I was like, well, Dover and Alex know what they're doing, and I'm assuming that the rule has been like, and so I don't fault them, or I'm not angry.
So just to be clear, this is not the correct enforcement of the. So
here's what happened. So the board had a meet and talk about this. Right. Well, I'm mansplaining to a man, I suppose. So it's
hey, forever.
Again, non-toxic, toxic. So the board talked about it, and the problem is that the rules D2 and D3 don't really jive. So D2 allows you to call a game at any point if the spread is there for the mercy rule, and D3 says you take the score at the end of the last full inning, which means you could wind up in a situation where a team is ahead at the end of the last full inning, and then 21 runs get scored on them, and the game is called, and you go back to the score it was in the previous inning, which makes zero sense. So anyway, we basically just fell back on spirit of the rule, because I thought the rule was, the mercy rule was actually handled the same way the ref here called it. But I think for everybody involved, and it seems like the majority opinion is that it should only be called at the end of a full inning.
Yeah, if you start an inning.
Yeah,
Right.
you started, and also, I have a question. As a 5 seed, do you see this same situation happening in a reverse order? If you were reffing a 1 seed, would they, and you guys walked off, would a 1 seed have been like,
No.
Absolutely not.
I mean, and on the panel, I have that same question.
I debate that. I put
just
myself,
walked off the
myself
field?
behind home plate, and I feel like as soon as I see that time limit has come up, that we were at that time, there are 15 runs above the other team. I try to call things level throughout the board, whether it be a 6 seed or a 1 seed. I see it as if, time has been met, runs are on the board, this game is over.
But that's you as a ref, and I think that's very honorable. But you think, would a 1 seed have handled it as well?
Oh, fuck no.
No,
They
would have
no fucking way.
Yeah, but to be fair, though,
but,
how many times in the 1 seed is there going to be a 15-point differential? I mean, that's probably
Well, we'll get to that later on.
And that's why the D2 is there for, or the D3, the enough already rule. That's why that's there for if there's ever a 1 seed with a 5 seed. It's not, and that's why that is there. It's like, we're both in the same seed here, and.
Yeah.
And
I think the most obvious thing here is that this rule is going to be revisited after.
Yeah, we're changing things.
It is going to it's going to be changed, because this isn't the first time we've already been talking.
So thank you guys, and to Alex for facilitating a change of a rule that needs some tweaking.
Yeah.
I do want to say one more thing about, so 2 of my kickers, they're actually both here. So Nathan had one of his best kicks ever. He kicked it right over center field and ends up getting second.
Way to go,
so,
Nathan.
That's the best kick he's ever had. Yeah! And then it was almost just right after that, or the next inning, my new guy, Oddmean, he kicked it right over center field as well and got to third. So
Well done.
There you go.
Wow, nice.
I got to weigh in for just a second.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry, Rick. Yes, it was a super fun game. I had a great time. I will say the only thing I'm a little salty about with the reversal of the gotcha. All right, I had 1 point to make.
Go ahead, Adam. That's fine.
Is that my team scored more runs in that top of that 1 inning than we did in 3 of our ranked play games combined, so it kind of blows to get
Doesn't
those
count.
taken off.
Yeah, you can lay the blame at the feet of the board for not making the rule clearer before this.
Right, I'm over it now.
Okay, this will go really quickly, but as a ref, we are charged with enforcing the rules of the league. That's what we do. 2 weeks ago, there was a massive slaughter, and it was 25 to 4 or whatever, and we had exceeded the time limit. So I called the game after the 8th inning, and holy criminy, pissing and moaning and bitching, and you're the worst ref in the whole wide world, and
Don't call a free state game early.
And I'm
don't do it.
No, what? I'm sorry?
I said don't call a free state game
But
early.
you
We're
can
not
leave
going to
as a
take
ref,
it.
they can keep playing. That's one thing I want to tell teams too, because I have been run ruled. And if the ref is done and they want to walk because of the run rule, God bless them. But the teams have the right to keep playing and finish out their game. They have that option.
They do.
They always do.
And they always do. They always do, and it was fine because it was so plenty of time before the next game started. But my question, or I guess what I'm getting at is, if you get called because of a run rule and the ref is just following the rules, well, then just be nice and say, excuse me, Mr. Umpire, could we go ahead and play one more inning, and would you please keep reffing because you're so awesome? Instead of, you dirty fucking motherfucker, you're fucking everything that this fucking rule in this goddamn league, you piece of shit.
Did you write that on the score sheet, though? Because that's code of contact breaking. I mean, it is.
I'm sorry, but I will not issue warnings. I do not kick people out of the games. It's just not in my nature. I'm not sending anybody to the principal's office ever.
It's holding people accountable.
Rick, you should. I done it once.
It was us, and then we gave up 5 runs in the 9th inning and fucked up our point spread. So, karma.
What did we learn?
Yeah, it was us.
All right, shall we away?
Yeah, we shall go away. So following the next game, YSC 4, 7 o'clock. All right, all I've got to say, this game.
That was exciting. Tim just points at things and people bring him alcohol. I want that skill.
They're good friends.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah, I'd like one of those. I want one of
What a wonderful dance.
Was it a Fortnite dance?
Yeah.
Was it a Fortnite dance?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. 7 o'clock game, YSC 4. I'm a little bit biased, but this game was hotter than the oil in a donut fryer. So, D's Donuts, D Holes, 18, Johnny's Tavern, 19.
I like how you're score.
Williams division again. Let's go.
This division is nuts. This game was fucking nuts. This game, I was zombied out after this game because I had just expelled so much energy yelling, "Let's go!" so many times because it was so back and forth. And I'm so upset my cohort, any of the Hammonds or anybody from D-Holes are here to talk about this game because it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't get to see any of it, but just looking at the scorecards, it's like the runs are up and down the score sheet and across.
I'm totally tooting my own horn here, but if anybody was out in the crowd right now that watched this game and wants to talk about it and agree with me, or you can just no, it wasn't that great, Tim. You just thought it was. Please come up and say so. But I mean, it was back and forth.
Was the wind blowing out?
Well, the wind was blowing, but both teams were prepared.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking 10 feet, 10 feet short of the fence, and that still didn't, that still meant things happened.
Yeah. I just see in the notes that home run over the fence. That's.
I don't want to be told to wrap it up again.
I was the head ref.
You're praising. Your other referees were here. It's not a game.
Yeah. It was a fucking awesome game.
Well, now that we're talking about Tim's game, you could talk as long as you want.
I was just I love watching both of these teams play. I don't get to see the D-Holes play very often, and it seems like we've played Johnny's 3 years in a row now, so I see you guys a lot. But two just really fun teams to watch, in my opinion, and I'd say both of you, maybe you'll disagree or maybe agree, but I thought there were some uncharacteristic errors defensively from both teams that both of you capitalized on and scored. And usually I would have thought in the past, when the D-Holes took the lead on you guys, I think there was a crumbling drop in the outfield. Sorry to call you out, buddy. I love you. I thought in the past, 2 seasons, that you guys might have gotten really mad at each other and fallen apart, and that was it.
Yeah,
But
you're
guys
talking
came
about
back.
the drop that happened at left field that essentially one hopped right over to the fence, which then scored 3 runs, and then the man on third then
Thank you,
essentially
sweetheart.
scored.
One more thing. And then since I was the head ref and I made the out call on the Alex Hammond being inches away from tying the game in the top of the 9th.
Shout out to Jesse Campbell.
And
Yeah. So can we? I'm sorry. Can we paint a picture on this? What's going on?
go for it.
Yeah.
Tee it up.
I thought okay. Kickball happens. So I believe it's the top of the 9. D-Holes have got a couple of runners on. Alex finally kicks around, gets to third base, and then is running towards home, and I actually see one of my own players giving the ball to Jessie, and I see her turn, and I go, "No, hold it!" And she just there's a couple other players on it, just "No, don't hero throw this," and she just says no and tosses it to our catcher, who then just pegs Alex right as he slides into home.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was game. I mean, and it just happened so quickly that, I mean...
That was the last play of the game?
Yeah. And if she had held it would have tied it and gone to the bottom of the ninth.
Damn.
That's right.
Yeah.
And not only that, but we had one of the most phenomenal kicks and catches at the same time that we've ever seen. A kick out to right field that curved probably almost 15 yards straight into our right fielder's hand.
Was Alex trying to stretch a triple into a home run? Wow. And got him out at home?
That's that Alex Gordon 2014. He got a second.
Yeah.
He was on.
He got a triple. He was on third.
Yeah, he had gotten the triple and there was a kick.
Okay. There's no mark on the next batter.
Kick. Yeah, they marked. They didn't mark it down below. But yeah.
That Brian Lyman kick was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, literally started out of bounds, came into bounds, and pretty much right in the right fielder's hands.
Yeah.
I mean, super English.
And
almost missed it. And
for Cole not to
if
miss
our right
that.
fielder Cole misses that catch, that probably scores more runs, and then we can't come back.
So English, it's Cockney.
But all I can say is I was so glad that was somebody like Alex Hallman who I had to make that out call on, because 90% of players in this league would have got, whether they knew they were out or not, would have gotten up and gotten in my face and been super pissed. But he knew he was out. There you go.
Proper.
No, that's perfect
Yes, Karen.
segue, because I play for Johnny's, but playing against D-Holes, that's just an absolute class act team. It was such a fun game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much scarred for life now. I'm like bleeding down my right shin. Well, I was on Sunday, but it was just so much fun. I was so glad to be a part of that, and I'm just really proud of the Johnny's team for like mentally staying in it, because it really was a back and forth game the entire 2 hours we were out there. So I really hope everybody gets to experience a game with an opponent who is as gracious and as kind and supportive and just absolute sportsmen-like as D-Holes. Cheers.
Sports people like.
Yeah,
Sports people like.
Thank you, Gary.
And I mean, at the end of the game, even though it was a close call, there were no heads hung down. I mean, everybody was just like, I mean, at some point, people were like, it's over. I'm done playing this, this exhilarating game. Yeah. I can finally breathe.
It's really weird to hear you talk about it that way, because everybody I talked to on D-Holes after the game just was talking mad shit about you guys.
I don't think so. That's bullshit.
Sounds just like that.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, we switched her around, and she definitely. I mean, she made the tough decision that everybody else said no to. She really did. So,
all right, hand me that piece of paper so I can tell you to move on.
All right.
Wrap it up.
All right. We're going over. So, following game, we've got Black Stag versus JDE. Black Stag puts up 4, but John Denver Experience puts up 5.
Upset City.
Oh, man.
That Williams division can't lose.
Yeah,
What is that in the distance?
oh, is that an Avery Brow I see?
No, I think it's some kind of pirate or some sailor of some sort.
That's an upset alert right there.
A fuzzy
Caterpillar. Have you guys seen the RPI rankings?
Yeah. No. Avery, don't step on Cougar's bit. All right?
You can come
Come back for that later. Don't step on Cougar's bit.
What do you want to know?
How was your game?
How did you do it?
We won.
What'd you do?
That's a good way to do it.
We gave up 2 in the first, then we gave up 1, then we got 1 back. It was 3-2 at a later point. Then the one time we scored 3 runs in an inning. There was an exciting play at first.
What was the collision about?
Okay, so throw comes into first. Our girl Abby is running at first. Turtle blocks both bags, and Abby runs into his chest and falls flat on her back. And so she's called safe.
Good call.
But she
sounds like the right call.
She's going to first base.
No,
Shouldn't she have been awarded, isn't it?
No, it's the base you're going to get to.
Base you're going to get.
Yeah, she was headed
Yeah,
to.
this is obstructed to right there.
Yeah.
Was there any late inning drama? Any throwouts at home by 1 inch to save the game? Boring ass 1-run game.
I mean, because this is a big upset, man.
This is
a big game. That
We're down 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th, and then like the Abby shit happens, and she ends up going all the way around and scoring. We get runs there. Colin Flanders drops everything that's kicked to him.
Ooh, you guys you guys scored 3 in the 8th?
Wow. Yeah, 3 of the 8th.
So you guys are
tied in the 8th, and
I got 1 in the 9th.
Oh, you've been down the whole time, and you tied in the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, we go up in the 8th, and then in the top of the 9th, we got a 2-run lead, and we almost ended the game on a throw to second, but they said that my second baseman, Michaela, was not touching the base when she held the ball. I guess she didn't have her foot on the base, but then we got him out. So we won.
Way to go.
Hey,
you proved me wrong once again.
Good win, yeah. Should have gone straight stash earlier, man.
Oh, shit, wait, I'm sorry. Who did I prove right? Did any of you cucks fucking pick us to win? No.
You were good last week.
We were good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were off. We get a pass here.
I picked against you.
I picked you to go on 5.
I wasn't here or have anything to do with that, so I'm not in this.
Nobody picked anything, ever.
In Seth's defense, he didn't realize you were going to play looking like a cross between Tom Selleck and...
I didn't have this mustache. I had mustache. Check my Instagram if you want to see what mustache I was wearing on Sunday.
No, I don't.
It had handlebars.
I like how it's half Telly Savalas, half Magnum PI. Either way, you're solving crimes, baby.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not breaking out of British prisons right now?
There you go. What was the game after this? I want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Really
all right, so following that, Lions East, we got Chalmers' versus Rats. Chalmers is 2, Rats 3.
Yeah, Lions was a place to be.
Yeah, what, 3 one-run games?
Was the wind any kind of effect over here in NOLA?
It seemed like the wind was probably blowing in a little bit. But anyways, it was 2-1 kind of late, and then Chalmers pulled a run back. Julie, with some frilly shorts, scored the tying run. And then, that was probably in the 7th. But then in the bottom of the 9th.
8th.
Okay, even later. It was very exciting. And then in the bottom of the 9th, Rats have a runner at first with 1 down. Aaron Brooks, former great Saints quarterback.
Saints quarterback?
not much of a reader when he asked
point guard forward.
I don't know what sort of metric this is. Well, it says at the top, there's like
Houston Rockets
to explain it. But not a reader. He is a runner. So he tags from first on a lazy fly ball to right center. Throw comes into second. He went halfway, and then he goes to second. They throw the ball in there. Throw the ball off him. Kind of bounce a little bit to the outfield, and then he just takes off all the way from second, rounds it. They get a throw in late to home plate. So it was a walk-off 3-base sac fly.
Only KBKL. Wow. Only KBKL. What I heard from you is that Chalmers has missed Colin, and Blackstag wish they missed Colin. I love you, Colin.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny.
All right, up next, very different looking scoreboard here. We've got the River City Matadors 9 over Lawrence Shirt Factory's 30.
Fuck.
Well, you think the Shirt Factory's pissed off in the 2s?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Santos was pleading for people on Facebook an hour before.
Yeah,
so
the record's out.
Really?
Yeah.
The writing was on the wall.
Four starters.
Yeah.
Derek Davis?
Officially, unofficially, I talked to a couple Peach brothers, and they said they were pretty pissy about being in the 2s. That's all.
I'll be too.
They hate fucking.
Well, you should be more often.
Yeah.
They seem to be, I rep this game, they seem to be playing with purpose, and although early on it was just basic strategy, bunt, kick to the holes, Tyler just fucking launched one and scored a couple. But later on in the game, Mats were playing with 9, and Shirt Factory just kept on finding the hole where the 10th person should have been. On top of that, I heard that, I talked to Tim about it, and it sounded like it wasn't just out-of-towners. There were people that said they were coming the day before and no-call, no-showed. And so they wound up down 4 key players, including the right fielder who, the right fielder they had never played before, and he did an admirable job for somebody that had never played before, but he was clearly overmatched by the right field kicking of Shirt Factory and just couldn't get his hands on the muck balls. He got burnt deep, he got burnt short. It was just kind of a nightmare. Once they realized they had something there, they just kept on pounding them.
Yeah, the Shirt Factory scorecard is just speckled in little diamonds here.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It was a lot of what you would expect, especially from the Shirt Factory ladies, Bree and Sarah and the others. They were just killing it all day. I didn't look at it to add them up, and I'm pretty sure the gals had like half the RKIs here.
Yeah. All right, over at Lions West, 7 o'clock, we've got Red Lion 13 versus Reboot Triple Pornac 7. Wow.
Yeah.
Ben?
Well, yeah, Ben. We're looking in your direction, buddy.
We fucked those boots, I guess. It was a really good game, really fun game. Reboot were gentlemen and ladies like I expected. I think everybody had a lot of fun. We did, Red Lion got back to basics. We did a shotgun before the game. And then we got Reboot to come over and do a shotgun after the game. We switched up our defense a little bit, had everybody there, and both teams played really solid defense. So we had a couple of really good kicks. Todd Burnham early, and they made 1 or 2 mistakes early. And we made 1 or 2 mistakes late, and I think that allowed us to jump ahead. And so after that, it was just
Reboot
kind of
almost had some life back in them in the
they did. They came back later in the game. In that 9th inning, they scored a handful. But it was really fun, and I expect them to put up a good show this week.
Absolutely.
Hi, Derek.
I talked to my old coworker Lindsay Murray, who's got poached by you guys.
Oh yeah.
She was super proud of herself. She scooped up a ball from James Tolbert and she gunned him out at 1.
From shortstop.
She was pretty proud of that.
She was pumped on Monday. I saw her and stoked.
That was pretty fantastic. Also, it was pretty amazing by Lindsay. She's got a fucking gun at short, and that's part of the defensive adjustment we made. But I think it's probably worth mentioning that Marcus for Matadors gunned out somebody at first from left field during our game, and he was the fastest arm champ at the combine, and it showed.
That's the Jeff Francoeur, you're in right field throwing somebody out at first base in Major League Baseball. That is almost impossible to do.
It was impressive.
That's great. Yeah.
We got an excellent note here on that game.
Yeah, the notes on this game are phenomenal.
Yeah, who wrote this?
It's
Sarah.
Straight from the.
But it's both sides are really well done.
Impressive.
I know the league was blessed to watch Heather play under the lights, but oh my God, this game for her deserves a supercut of its own.
It's easier to read
She's
on.
a complete baller.
Yeah, we got it over here.
Points
Tim?
off defense, and can someone else?
Seth has it much better.
We got it. Time's up. Ethan did the hard part. Your first was hard, I know. She's a complete baller who runs the pants-off defense and offense, is a threat in any position, a complete assassin of kickball domination. Wow. All right. That's going to be...
She is phenomenal to
That's
watch.
my new intro when I come on to do the podcast.
Assassin of kickball domination, Sanchez.
Signed MVXXX.
Yes. Seth, you're non-toxic. You can't co-opt compliments of ladies.
All right. Following that up, we got Holcomb Wright, KTC 19 versus Jazz House 3.
Rick?
And this wasn't run ruled?
Here he comes.
Oh, is it run ruled?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
No, it was full game.
No, it was no run rule. But it could have been. So look at your score sheet, guys. What was the score after 5 innings?
After 5 innings, it was 4-3. Yeah.
See, so the Jazz House held them scoreless for 4 innings. We were so proud of ourselves, and then we completely shit the bed. Kind of like the Muddy game. We held Muddy scoreless for 4 innings also, not consecutive, but over the course of the game. So we're not great like KTC and like Muddy. We aren't, but we're still really good.
They're not great, but you show flashes of greatness.
Yes, and we're getting there. And I'm really looking forward, now that we don't have to play the 2 best teams in the league, to play the 3rd best team in the league, Black Stag. But that's okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Obviously, they're beatable.
I've got a lot of friends on that team from Wild Man days, which was of course just last year. But yeah, and I'm really looking forward to playing those guys. KTC is a what?
They were jackpot last year, Wildman 2 years ago.
my bad.
Thank you, Avery.
Thank you, Avery.
Hey, he's just trying to. Yeah, he's just trying to give the sponsor a shout out here.
Yeah,
Come on,
hey,
Rick knows what he's
Wildman
doing.
Vintage.
Yeah, in fact, if anybody's looking for some wonderful clothing right now, Phil Childs actually, he just updated me. I was wrong. He's not in Kamchatka. He's actually in Mongolia right now. He's searching for the Mongolian dress for the Mongolian wrestling matches. I don't know if you've seen this, but the men wear tiny little pantaloons and like a little like shoulder strap across them, and then they wrestle each other. And so right now he's currently actually trying to find a full set of those of all kinds of shapes and sizes for everybody to wear.
Did he message you and say, "Hey, I'm going to sponsor the pod. Say whatever the fuck you want"?
No, that's not true at all.
I will say legitimately, since we did just talk about the former Wildman team, Black Stag, who notoriously wore jorts, if you would like your best pair of jorts or the best fanny pack in town, you can get them at Wildman Vintage. The fanny pack collection is phenomenal.
Hey, text Phil back and tell him to bring us back some barbecue from Mongolia.
I sure will, because I've got his number. No lie.
I hear they have really good barbecue there.
All right. Okay. Following that game, we've got Free State 8 versus Sacred Sword.
No, that score sheet's
what? Yeah, it's a cluster.
15-8 Free State.
Free State. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it the scorekeeper front and backed it? Is that what happened?
Oh, I see.
She wrote the score of those teams.
Okay, 15. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is confusing.
It's been come through. So 15 Free State, 8 Sacred Sword. Yeah.
Sacred Sword.
You were right.
All right, let's call it out. We got it squared away.
Janae, we love you, but get your shit right.
That's a little lesson
Hey,
in.
that's not bad. I really fucked one up last week. Really.
Well, it was Janae's first time keeping score, and she should have had more help than she did.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
That's on her captain.
Yeah. But either way, about the game, it was closer than we thought it was going to be. It was 8-6. We thought it was 7-6 because of some scorekeeping issues, but well into the later innings, and then our girl Taylor came up with the bases loaded, and she's brand new, and she usually bunts, and I went up and I asked her, "Hey, how do you feel about trying to kick the ball to the right fielder, get a sac fly?" And she's like, "I can certainly try." Boom, over his head, 3-run triple, cleared the bases. It was MVP Taylor every time.
Wow.
So, yeah, our ladies always play great, and they definitely carried us again in this one.
Way to go. Way to go.
I got something.
I ref that game, and it was a lot closer than it seems. And Seth's recap glossed over the part that Sacred Sword really battled them. I mean, if you take a look at your score, at one point it was like 6-7 or something like that going into the late innings.
I mean, I'd like to say yes, but I'm having trouble reading the scorecard.
Well, that's really your problem. But yeah, and you guys, I just want to say something just a little bit here. Seth, a friend of Seth's, posted a really interesting article about KVKL, which made some very salient points. And the only thing I've got to say in addition to that is you guys quit screaming at the girls. I'm not putting up with it anymore. You can scream at me all you want. I don't care, okay? I can handle it. But in the last, six weeks, I've had 4 different women, just one on my team and the other on other teams, come up and say, "Rick, I'm never reffing a game of kickball again," because they're getting screamed at. So leave the women alone, okay? Can I get a hell yeah on that, please? Or leave the women alone. Come on.
Don't
now.
yell at refs. There is a code of conduct that we all signed, and we should all abide by it. So don't yell at the men or women, because if someone yells at me, I will yell right back, regardless of what my gender is. But I don't think you should get yelled at anymore. I definitely appreciate what you're saying, but you shouldn't get yelled at either.
Unless I'm reffing, then yell at me. Yell at me a lot.
And that's what I'm saying is I'm yelling. If I'm reffing, you can yell at me all I want. Because it doesn't care. It doesn't mean a thing to me. It's water off my back. Okay.
Rick and I are referee masochists.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoy the pain.
And I want to give a shout out to the Sacred Sword pitcher. I don't know her name. She was awesome. And when Sacred Sword was going berserk on me, she calmed them down by saying, "Look, you guys, he's a volunteer. It's like 95 million degrees out here. Leave him alone." And I was like, "So, whatever your name is, girl, I love you." All right.
Laura. Drinks to that.
Laura, yeah, she did a great job of keeping the game fun and happy.
All right. Thanks, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, and well said. Yeah, I think that's another thing. We should all think about, let's not yell at the refs, but I mean, in general, not yell at anybody.
Yeah.
Even teammates and everything.
Cougar, let's not yell at people.
I can't promise that. No.
Well, Cougar, you just yell in general, but I think actually picking out a player at any point in time in a game and maybe saying something, just because you're frustrated or something like that, that's not anything that's part of this league or even part of the game. You're not going to make your team better by pointing at that person as like, look, you stop fucking doing that. That's not gonna help. So frustration comes in this game, but you got to learn how to cope with that, and that's what makes a team better. And at any point in time, if I ever see that, I try to jump in between and maybe not at the point in time, but later, bring those people aside either together or separately and talk to them and mention is like, hey, you can or you cannot say these kinds of things as kind of people, or to the other person is like, hey, let's just wash that off. I know that you were doing just what you want to do. Don't think about what they said. Just carry on. And carrying on, we've got our Holcomb left game. Red Legs 17 versus the Geezers Good Neighbors 11.
Speaking of yelling at the refs, no, they were fine. And I know you're either Rashad.
Oh yeah.
Let me start with Rashad. I'll start Rashad.
Go ahead.
Okay, so these two teams were fine. You think about yourself with Geezers Good Neighbors, brothers, like, oh shit, these two are gonna yell everyone's heads off, and it'll be like World War III. It was fine. They only yelled maybe twice. Once just clarify a call, but overall both teams were fine. But the game itself, Red Legs took the lead, and then like Geezers fought back. But I felt like Red Legs, strong more consistent hits, more runners in scoring position and more runs. I felt like Geezers Good Neighbors was more stagnant. Had to go in bunches and just score to catch up with Red Legs. So I will say that Geezers a little bit of implosion as far as almost a mutiny amongst themselves. They're yelling at each other. So I thought Red Legs deserved the win. They did a good job kicking towards the gaps. They did a really good job there at Red Legs.
I gotta jump in and point out the first. I think I was bouncing back and forth watching these games. The first runs that Geezers scored was Wynn kicked up and Bryson bombed one out to center field.
Yep.
And the Red Legs center field. I mean, there's no warning track out there.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and his teammates didn't give him a heads up, and he smoked that fence like
he did
with his face. And the ball, basically Jose Canseco the ball over the fence.
Yeah.
And he was down. Like
that was one of the scariest
parts
of that
That's
game.
why if you're a left fielder or a right fielder, you got to be like, dude, fence is coming up because he laid himself out.
Right. There was also a moment where AO or Antonio, who plays fourth, kicks fourth, he was playing first base, and he collided into me playing.
Closer to the mic, Rashad.
Yeah, exactly. He ran into me just and bumped into me a little bit. But
pull it closer to the mic, Rashad.
You can't hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Just don't listen, please.
Everything? Okay, all right.
Just continue, Rashad.
AO had bumped into me out at first base. I just wanted to say, everyone at that moment was a little upset, but they were still playing it cool. They were just like, all right, you know what? AO was like, hey, it's cool. I ran into you. You were trying to get out of the way, no big deal, So
you're part of the field, man.
It wasn't that, exactly, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Like he understood exactly what was going on. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, Rashad. Cougar, give me your best Bryson impression of what happened to the game because he's not here today.
I can't do it.
Come on.
What you should do is you should move and take all of our seats and try to take our positions. No, because that's what he does. He moves around the infield. It doesn't make any sense.
Slower, please. He kept on saying that over time. Although to be fair, it was too fast. So he did ask nicely, let's pause it slow, please.
Cougar, have you ever seen anybody try to play every position at once like Bryson does? It's the weirdest thing.
No, Keith did this for a love guard against Patrick Mahomes in week 4 at Broken Arrow. He played like 5-6 different positions.
But I'm talking about like in the inning. Like he'll just vacate spots and move around.
He's like Troy Polamalu, who just he could roam all around everywhere. Yeah, I know. So. No,
sure. Let's go nowhere now. We only spent like a half a fucking hour on your game, Tim.
Yeah,
Tim's just trying to get to the most.
Let's hear about Cougar's hate game.
Trying to get to this.
Yeah. Come on,
Kristen,
Cougar.
You're right. Yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on to this outstanding game following up here over at Holcomb Left. We've got Nick Lerner's Patrick Mahomes versus the favorite happy fun time team of this year, Jayhawk CrossFit. You know, nobody wants. You know, they're the happiest team.
I like that, the super happy fun time fitters.
The super fun happy fun time fitters.
And they got 13 runs. They didn't give it up at all. They were still fighting all the way through.
They put up 13, but Mahomes put up a fucking 40 points.
43. Yeah, come on. We have some CrossFit in the crowd. Come give Cougar some shit for scoring too much.
And Cougar, how much did you yell at your team even though you were up by 30 points? How much did you scream at your team?
You know why I yelled twice? I'll tell you why. One of our team members, he bunted top of the ninth up 25. And I told everyone, do not bunt, do not. And he bunted. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Do not bunt. I yelled at him for bunting. It's like, I told you not to bunt. And another one, I yelled at him. I told him specifically, he was at third base. And I'm third base coach, whatever you do, if it's a fly ball,
let
wait.
other people talk, Cougar.
Okay, we shot at Amber.
Yeah. Come up. So polite. His team was really polite, and we had a situation on a base hit run thing that sounds like what you were just talking about. And the ladies did a really nice job of coming together and being like, okay, it was an accident, and apologizing and moving on. I thought that your team was very polite when we were playing. I felt like we learned a lot. I know that you guys killed us with the score, but as a team, our kicks were probably the best that they've been this whole year, and we scored more than we have this whole year. And I think we need to work on our defense a little bit, and I think we're growing.
You are
Very
great.
good.
When you get out to those Holcomb fields, it gets a little different because the infields are so shallow. It kind of messes with your depth perception, like where you position your outfielders, where the infielders play. So I think that's just being in the league. I think that's
left is wonky.
Yeah.
Talking to the mic, Rod.
The game was a lot of fun for both teams. Jayhawkers, you guys were real cool. Like you said, we had a good game. We put up 40 runs. I don't think we've done that since I've ever played for the team. So that was amazing for a lot of the new people on our team. They really enjoyed it. Everyone got on base. Everyone got around base. I think Kobe kicked 10 for 10 or something like that.
You got 10 runs. Well, we got 10 runs.
Jesus Christ.
He posted on Facebook. I saw it. His son was super happy. That's always a win for him and the kids. So right. It was a good game. It was all the other good game.
And here's the thing: it's why score 43 runs? We, except for that idiot that bunted the top of ninth inning, I told him not to. We kicked away. We kicked away each and every time. So, and in fact, our offense stunk. So we even scored maybe 20 runs, which is half of 43, the entire regular season combined. So to get 43 runs,
that was little for a record who won it.
I'm so shocked we got 43 runs. I really am. So hopefully it goes through the rest of the sixes. I don't know, especially Empire kicks back. But no, I will say to you, Amber, you guys are growing, and you need help on defense, yeah. But it's your first year in the league. You go through growing pains. It's going to happen, so it'll get better. You won last week. You have the same number of wins.
Can I do a shout out real quick to the ladies clinic, because this was my first year, and this game I literally felt more engaged in what was happening. Not that I wasn't engaged before, but now I actually know where I need to stand on the base. Thank you. And how to look at the ball when it's coming and which way it's going, and just tips like that. So I thought it was really, really helpful and a fun time. I got to know a lot of women in this league. So, shout out to that.
The clinic is always the best.
Kickball is
absolutely right.
Yes.
You guys should do it before we
also stop happening, because that's what it's for.
We also we already had the Cougar Cup, and now we are officially retiring the Hate Fuck Award, and we're just going to call it the Jason Cougar Wong Patrick Mahomes Anger Bang Award.
Yeah, when is the Patrick Mahomes ever going to get the Hate Fuck Award ever again the rest of the year?
Probably on you guys next time.
You're right.
Ooh, that's a good trivia question. Has there ever been a team to hate fuck and get hate fucked in the same year?
Well, better not be Empire Kickball next week. Better not be.
Yeah, if you're going to get it, you might as well take it.
Fuck them? We did not.
No, them against us next week. Next week. next week.
All right. Well, there's still some kickball going on. So
Oh my God.
over at Hobbs Park, 7 p.m., we've got Boost 6 versus Harpies 12. All right.
We got a score in the game.
All right.
Kevin ref the game, and said it was really fun to watch too. But one
I
of the
thought you
things
said you were super hungover, Kristen.
I was super hungover, but I was at the game at 7 o'clock. But like I said, Kevin refed it, not me. I watched it. Harpies were on fire. Grant got a home run. It isn't written down in the notes, which I kind of wish it was. But it was on an error that they threw the ball at him, and when he was rounding second, he would have had a clean triple. But the ball was thrown at him, and then he got a home run off of it. It was a short kick, so it was good that he just aggressive base running. But the best thing I saw was in the Roost. It was that double that is on the score sheets. It was at home, and Dan Magua fucking just nailed it. It was great. They got the ball in, and then they got it back, and he got a double at home.
Wow.
So it was incredible to watch.
Nice.
I gotta say, looking at the Woo score sheet, they have like 20 fucking people on there. It's got to be so hard to play with that many. Like, they have 12 spots kicking, and they split a lot. So,
which actually, I'm going to tie that back to one of my questions for Cougar when we get to that. It's exactly based on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't see. I have some trouble here because I don't know if there's a polite way to say this, but I feel like, as plainly as possible, there are a few teams in the league like Roost and Fees and Eels that are making a conscious decision to not be as good as they could be by allowing people to play, and I think that's fucking fantastic.
yeah.
Especially Woos.
Kristen just chugged half a beer.
I feel like Woos could really have met their potential, but you're right. They play more inclusion and play more players.
Yeah, they got four people splitting on here.
Yeah, it's like there are great people on all those teams, and if they wanted to just cut a whole bunch of people out and sit them and kick with and field with 10 people, then
Who was it that did the slitting the throat a couple years ago? Was it?
That was copyright Rob Z.
Rob Z, yeah, that's right. Love Garden, yeah. And then all of a sudden they were in the ones.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay, can we talk about the next game?
Oh my God, we can. But before we can talk about that, I mean, let's talk about the fine linens and clothing and T-shirts
and buttons and belt buckles,
fine craftsmanship,
and the finest of wares
socks.
you can find.
I got my Pride
You can
socks.
find them at Wildman Vintage, 939 Mass. Go ahead, stop in at any point in time.
If you were looking for a blue suit from the 1980s, this is the spot.
It's where it's at. And actually, currently, Phil Childs just told me that he's actually just lounging back, sipping some cocktails in Croatia right now. So, I mean, he's already moved on. He's gotten his attire from Mongolia, and now he's sitting back in Croatia.
Kamchatka to Mongolia to Croatia in the space of this podcast.
Hey,
that's impressive, but also not surprising.
Don't question his ways, all right? He is a wild man, and he will get to where he needs to be, right?
What's the phone number?
So if you need to give them a call and want to find out if they've got something that you're looking for, go ahead and call them at 913-777-4810. Or stop by at 939 Mass. Sunday hours, 12 to 6, Monday through Thursday, 11 through 7, and Friday through Saturday, 11 through 8.
I just like how you can get an entire wardrobe there for like $20.
Really, you could really spruce yourself up here.
Why?
Just get a little bit more extravagant.
You make the stuff in the sweatshop.
Yourself.
You make the stuff in the sweatshop.
Western button-ups make everyone look better.
Oh, you
they
mean
do.
pearl snaps?
Oh, pearl snaps, baby. Yep.
I think actually Cougar would look good with something with ruffles on it.
Shoulder pads?
Shoulder pads and ruffles.
Ooh, puffy shirt.
Yeah, puffy shirt.
Puffy shirt.
Can you really see me in any type of shirt besides what I'm wearing now?
Yes, That's what I'm saying.
Cougar, you don't want to know what
Cougar,
picture
you need to get something out. All right, Cougar After Dark.
Expand my horizons? No, you're not dressed.
Yeah, Cougar After Dark, dress up. Let's go.
No, you're not.
All right. So 9 o'clock.
Oh, I don't know if I can drink that.
We've got the Electric Kick Eels 13 over Empire Kicks Back 5. Wow.
Maybe the biggest crowd for a game of the week this year.
Which as a sixth seed that no one wants to come watch because they're not entertaining.
It was electric.
Filled those stands. So that's a big fuck the haters. Fuck the haters.
And it It was a wonderful, great game.
Crowd was hot.
It was filled with all the things I think we all want to see. We want to see great kicks. We want to see great plays, but also we want to see daring plays that end up in mistakes. And I mean, those all happened all in the same game. I mean, it was a great game.
Tim, that's exactly what most people said. I had people telling me at the Lion afterwards. I had people telling me after the game, like, watching that was amazing versus watching games that are traditionally just so tight, but they won't take risks.
That 2-1 game of the week was boring as
That's not true. That's not true. It was okay.
That's us too. We won.
There is something about watching people that are taking risks, that are having fun. We had a blast with Empire. They're great. They're good, energetic. They are in a rebuilding season. So they have people that come out every Wednesday, which I really appreciate. Tina's fabulous. Colt's fabulous. They come out, they play, they're learning. Thomas as well. But part of it is coming out and building your team, and that's what they're doing. So we love playing them, but it was also great that we can build our team. We aren't in a rebuilding year. We didn't have anyone leave us last year, which is phenomenal for us. As a traditional farm team, no one left. So we got to get better as a team. And this season, we are kind of tightening it up as rank play happens, which historically happens for us. We get better as the season goes on. Yeah. And it was wonderful. The energy we got from the stands, people cheering, all that, it just feeds you to do things like maybe you shouldn't get 3 outs at home. That's probably right. We shouldn't. I mean, I got out at home. I don't care. It was also like, take the risk. Run as crazy as you can, because maybe they'll make an error. Maybe you'll be safe.
I was my knuckles were white as you were running home.
Well, my knees are bloody from running to home. So.
I think my favorite part was Empire Kicks Back, whatever their name was a few years ago, Leafy Greens.
Leafy Greens.
They had the dude that was like out there in khaki shorts.
Tomas,
that was like fucked up on his phone, checking his phone in the middle of the game. Now he's still wearing the khaki shorts, but he's like a kickball player all of a sudden. He's out there taking bases and stuff. I was just so happy to see the maturation of that.
No, they did great, and they also didn't give up. Like, at any point, they were still in it. They were still playing, and I think if they stay together as a team, they'll get better, and hopefully they'll kind of get into the culture of the league as well, which I think that helps. But then to talk about my team, because I know them and I want to talk about them,
Nobody else would do that on this podcast, though.
Never, not at all. Elizabeth definitely got MVP for the game. She was on base. She is just phenomenal. She would have scored every time. She got on base every time. She would have scored every time, except for I fucking kicked her out. So I am sorry about that. I hate that happened. But a lot of our teams are learning where to place it. Even some of my players that didn't score, I would go up to tell them and be like, I need you to kick it to the rover. I need you to kick it to left. Get it to left. And yeah, he got caught out, but he got it to that direction. So it's coming together. It's learning. It's talking to each other. We took risks, and some of them paid off. We had very few errors, in my opinion, and they didn't cost us anything. So I like that was kind of a growing thing as well. So I have nothing but love for my team right now. There's a lot of runs up there.
I don't think there's any Empire Kicks Back people here, so I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my guy Jordan that plays left field for him. He's their captain. He's done a great job of recruiting nonstop, because they have people coming and going. I don't know if he's their captain, but he's also playing a great game out there. So
he's definitely a force on that team.
Yeah,
I mean, he's gonna bring him up eventually.
My favorite play of the game was their right fielder hitting the turf to catch that ball. That was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, great plays all around. I mean, you definitely saw the under the lights effect.
Yeah.
Like, I think people were making plays they might have, let a ball bounce in front of them and try to throw and make another play. These people were diving for balls. This was the, I think, most exciting game I've watched at Hobbs this year.
I've gotten texts that said that.
Outstanding.
I got feedback from that.
Thank you. And to all those, thought it wasn't going to be one, who on you?
But it also shows out that you can have fun, and you're still learning, you're still growing. But I've had players that have been with me 2 or 3 years, and they're coming into their own this year. And like my third baseman who's now my third baseman. We had him in outfield for the last couple of years, and this year in Game 4 we put him at 3, and he's just been great. And he's making plays, and he's sticking with it. He's vocal, and I think that kind of stuff where you just kind of learn to bond as a team and come together. Some of the other new teams, Jayhawk and Empire, can do that as well, and hopefully keep rising.
Yeah. And then we all know what happens in the 7th inning. Cougar gets up and speaks, but then also we were, graced by, the little Kick'em Challenge. The Kick'em Challenge is sponsored by our sponsored charity event, the Safe Bar Alliance, which the Safe Bar Alliance provides education and bystander intervention training to participating bars and drinking establishments, and also strengthens relationships that prioritize community safety. It's a goal to keep both bar staff and patrons safe from predatory behavior, harassment, and sexual assault. Good things happen when we create an environment where everyone is working together and looking out for each other. And I was really happy to see everybody that was able to put $1 or $5 into that little bucket just to get a chance to, kick it a sign. But
Finley
also,
got close with one of those.
Yeah, he did. He just zoomed right by it.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, it's really, And right now, the pot's about $100, $150, 50-50. So let's all get some more money into that. We all know it's going to a good cause. And we all know it's going to a cause that needs to support. I think we've all been in a place or time where maybe we didn't speak up ourselves while we saw something going on at a bar that we wouldn't have approved of from ourselves. So
don't let me in with you.
Can we? Safe Bar Alliance is there to give the training and the necessary experience for people to notice those kinds of situations. So we're really excited to have them on as our charity sponsor, and really happy to help them out and help everyone else out.
Yeah, it's a really good cause. Throw some dollar bills at them, y'all.
Yeah, and if you throw your dollar bills at them quicker, you'll get a koozie, because I did.
Yeah.
So, and it was a really cool koozie. I'm really happy with it.
Can we toss to Aaron for a second?
Absolutely.
To talk about the Kickballs for Everyone clinic for a second?
So the Kickball is for Us clinic happened this Saturday, and I want to thank every single one of you who attended, whether you were learning or teaching. Specific shout-outs, obviously, to the volunteers who teach at each station, but I want to remind you all that we have a lady at every station. So thank you to Jordan and Jackie and Nicole and Angela for leading all of the clinic drills.
And yourself. You are also one of the awesome people organizing and coaching us.
I don't do it for that. But now that the clinic is over, I would like you all to take a moment and go to the Kaw Valley Kickball group page. It's KVKL:Kaw Valley Kickball. Towards the top of that page on the right-hand side, you'll see a little word that says mentorship. You can click on that little button, and you will see a few names up there. And the people up there are offering help all the time, whenever you need it. Kickball or life, it's always there for you. Take advantage of it.
I will say that we added a new one this year that I really appreciated, because it was the bunt stop / pitcher one, and Dave Owens, Kenny, and Jackie. And it was literally shooting them, like kicking them at us. And Dave said, "You have game of the week tomorrow. Do you want me to do these grounders, or do you just want me to kick them right at you?" And I said, "I want you to kick as hard as you can line drives at me, because that's what I need to work on." And he even volunteered to do it as warm up before our game of the week.
Yep.
And I mean, it helped me prepare for the game, and I appreciated that a lot.
And so on the Facebook group, this mentorship option now, there are a few people who have already signed up to be mentors. If you want help with drills on your own, one-on-one, if you need help finding a team to practice against or with at any time, jump on this page and ask. And if you feel like you have something to give, to help, whether you're just listening to someone talk about their life or actually kickball advice, get on there and offer your help. So the clinic doesn't have to just be one day. It can be all the time.
I believe, you can come out on Wednesdays at any point in time.
And tomorrow,
I think there's a really awesome person that always gets practice settled at Hobbs at 6:30.
Yeah, I think tomorrow it's going to be the hottest day of the year. So tomorrow the practice is going to start at 7.
What a better time to get your sweat on.
Yeah, but come out.
If there's a bunch of KVKL kids out of Hobbs, it's always the hottest day of the year.
It is, but anyone's welcome tomorrow. Come out, get your practice on. 7 o'clock. Most weeks we start about 6:30. But yeah, we'll be there at 7 tomorrow, and come kick
Bring
ball.
your water. Bring your shorts.
All the shorts.
I got to say, so I was hanging out on the third base line behind the fence of Hobbs Park, and Jackie Becker was reffing third base. And there was a lady on Empire, I don't remember her name, but she laid down a great bunt.
Tina.
And she got on base, And Jackie was like, hey, she was at the clinic yesterday. We worked on this. She made her way all the way around to third, and she looked at Jackie, and she was like, that was for you, girl. And it was like one of the best moments that I've seen in kickball this year. So cool. That clinic is definitely the shit.
Awesome.
Yeah, mad love to Tina, and she's, yeah.
What's next?
Well, I think
you want to do your RPI?
I'll do Cougar's got some.
It's Cougar time.
Super confusing, mathematic.
Exactly, man.
Fibonacci circle, all that kind of shit.
What? Cougar is to statistics what I am to
Fibonacci
platitudes.
circle. Anyways, all right. The KVK RPAC things are up for all you stat nerds. Not stat nerds. Deal with it.
My favorite post of the year. Let's go.
That sounds like a disease. I got the Statners.
That's a stat nerds.
Who is the top team in the
Top
RPI?
team. Let's go to top 10 RPI things. Here we go.
Before we do that,
Yes.
actually, let's give us a little bit of rundown here of what we're looking at.
So the RPI standing, in case you didn't know, is basically if you know college basketball,
percentage index.
ratings percentage index. If you know college basketball, it's like KU basketball. Well, they used to do the RPI standings. Now they do the BPI or whatever it may be. So it consists of 25% of your team's winning percentage plus 50% of your team's strength of schedule, plus 25% of your team's opponent's strength of schedule. And someone wants to say something.
Who's at the top of that list?
I will get to the second. Let me go from bottom to top, okay? Here we go.
What you're saying is like even maybe a team might be able to win a lot, but the fact that they play against other teams that don't play okay, so that kind of hinders them, and then you've also got the fact that their opponents,
So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. So here we go. Number 10 is Jazz House, .585. By the way, 926.5, Massachusetts. Please come every Tuesday. Woo! Almost $2.50 everything's, but water's free for me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah!
Thanks for free water.
Give them Rumplements.
I'm just special.
No Rumplements, don't go. No, stop.
If you give him to him, he won't refuse.
If anybody out there wants to buy Cougar a shot, he'll drink it.
Gosh damn it. Number 9, and this is not a typo. Guess who number 9 is? Lawrence Shirt Factory. That's right. They're not number 1 or 2 or 3. They're number 9.
That should be happy.
So again, we've got a .591 on their RPI.
Yeah,
and next to them we've got 3 numbers. So .857. That is
that's the winning percentage.
That's the winning percentage.
It's the division that's killing them.
The division. So the division they played, the people they played is only a .5.
No, .5.
So they essentially played the middle of the league throughout their schedule.
Lower than the middle. We'll get that in a second. So
then the
.507.
Okay,
that's their opponents. Their strength of schedule.
Okay,
that's their opponents. How their opponents' schedule's like. So number 8. It's a little shocking here. It is Seth Sanchez's free straight growl.
Williams division. That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
I'll explain why.
And you guys lost on the tie break. You deserve to be high.
Hey, we're a number 4 seed in real life, but a top 10 team in your heart. Let's go.
Hey, Seth, I just want to put this out there. Lawrence Shirt Factory. You have Lawrence Shirt Factory spot, and you have ours.
Yeah, well, we've never really beat either of you guys, but we'll take the math.
All right. Number 7. It is Redlegs, .609. Number 6. Oh, yeah, some team named Johnny's Tavern. Hey, people, Johnny's Tavern, you're on the list. Are you paying attention out there?
Just in the top 5.
They're .612.
The RPI has you as a one rank.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm questioning about Johnny's is how do they feel about not being undefeated in rank play anymore?
Yeah, that's the real burning question.
We do not give a shit.
Oh, okay. Really?
I think that being undefeated in the 4s means that we weren't playing teams that were of our stature. And so now having a loss and a win in the 2s means that we belong there.
True. Very true. Number 5, it is Love Garden Squiz at .622.
Oh, you're giving them the D back in their name now? Because they used to be the Squiz.
Oh, Squiz. Well, I went to the playoffs. They might be the Squiz again.
Okay.
They don't play defense.
Just checking.
Number 4, it is Black Stag, .629.
Yep.
Number 3, Muddy Waters Studio at .661. And the last 2, it feels like a Miss Universe pageant. Who's going to run around? Who will be the champion? Number 2, this is not typo, are your defending champions, KTC, Kansas Tree Care, .670. At number one.
Wait, who's left? Whoa, Cougar.
And at number
Cougar
one,
possibly
Ron
left.
Avery's
Who is this
here.
pirate talking?
This is not typo. This is the truth. The first installment of KVK RPS standings 2019. John Denver Experience at .690.
But hold on, before this pirate can speak.
Yes.
Is it not the fact that what he's coming, like the numbers that really push him through there are the strength of schedule in division play that really
It's
push him
the
through
strength
there?
of schedule, as I will get to that later, but the records, each division in ranked play.
Rockets are going to win the sixes. What you're saying is John Denver had to play some of the more tougher teams in a division to get where they are than any other team.
So far, yes. We're in the ranked play, correct.
After week 7, you can't even say that. They had to play some of the teams that have the best records right now. But it's hard to say because some of the teams that have the best records right now haven't played the best teams in their division. So after week 7, this is all kind of pressure.
No way. Rockets are winning the sixes.
Unless I keep winning.
Misfit Toys are winning the fives. Free State's winning the fours.
Avery, go
Thomas winning the threes. Johnny's winning the twos.
Go ahead and get the crown and be happy.
True or false? The RPI leader after week 7 has won each of the last 13 championships.
No way. Is that right?
I don't know. It could be true. I don't know.
It's false. You know why? Because at one point it was Channel 6. And they weren't championships.
Yeah, because they forfeited.
You went from Magnum PI to Magnum BS.
Only because they forfeited. There's an asterisk on that championship. I heard a lot of teams that forfeit and should be kicked out of the league aren't.
All right.
For strange reasons.
I just want to hop in and say this is my favorite part of the podcast where people who are actually coming to Jazz House to have fun start showing up and are like, what the fuck is going on?
And by the way, if you're at the Jazz House right now, which is at 926 and a half Mass, you can come up and enjoy $2.50 anythings if you'd like, as well as come and join in on some of their other nights, such as karaoke night, trans night, and at any point in time, you can see some pretty...
Yeah! Adam Mitchell, hero!
Or you can have some...
Oh, you're the man.
I knew I loved Misfit Toys.
I take it back, Adam. We're reversing this and giving you those 9th inning runs back.
Yep. Kristen.
Shit.
So I'm gonna be the bucket of water here.
Let's do this real quick. Kristen, get up here. All right, ready?
Ready?
Yeah, here we go. Cheers. I hate you all as well. I don't like shots.
I'll drink the Cougar drink.
I hate you too. That was tasty.
Who's driving me home?
No. So I'm gonna do the bucket of water here and call this the ridiculous percentage index. And next week I'm gonna come out with fucking Ben Hudnick / Sagerner ratings and blow you out of the water.
I hate those.
I'm gonna accurately predict the 1 through 10 finish in the playoffs.
I'm just going to come back with Tim's most ridiculous prospects, just like what I've been doing this whole year about things that you guys have said that would never happen, that have happened.
Yeah. But here's, all right, real quickly, why the RPS stands like this? Rank play, here they are so far. Okay, in the Malloy division, so far overall they are 7-5. Malloy division, that's KTC, Matadors, Poshwash, Sacred Sword, Ghost, and CrossFit. O'Brien, so far, you are 6-6 in rank play. That is Muddy Waters, D-Holes, Corksuckers, Harpies, Bun Grind, and Fire Kicks Back.
I don't have that on my notes.
In the Hollingberry, you are also 6-6 in rank play. That is Blackstack, Red Legs, Rats, Loose, 23rd Street Brewery, and Late Fees. In the Calvin division, you are 5-7 in rank play. That is Jazz House, Lawrence Factory, Red Line Tavern, Drop Stoppers, Kicking Assets, and Electric Eels.
Yeah.
In the Williams division,
all the water there.
you are 9-3. Scorching. Who's that? Scorching. That is John Denver Experience, Free State, Johnny's Tavern, Chavez, Misfit Toys, and Green Rockets. And bring up the rear is the same division at 3-9. Who's that? That's Love Garden, Jesus Good Neighbors, Reba Triple X, Mastery Soda, Asteroid Head, and some team named Patrick Mahomes.
Who does JDE play this week?
Huh?
Who does JDE play this week?
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out a little bit. So basically, same division.
Not
Isaac
Combs.
Not Isaac. That's so same division. All you out there, we suck. We need to pull our shit together. Right, Rashad? That's right. You're
All right.
Calvin.
All right, so so some kickball happened last week. Guess what? Kickball is happening this week.
Yay!
All right, week 8 coming up. YSC 1, 5 p.m. Ghosts at Misfit Toys.
Strength of showings to date. I'm taking Misfit Toys all the way.
I am too. Misfit Toys on this one.
Misfit Toys. I thought Katie was here. Katie from Ghost? No? Okay, whatever. Misfit Toys, guys?
Misfits.
Yeah, Misfit Toys.
This is the best because we got a good crowd, but none of them want to speak on the floor mic, so we're going to breeze through this.
Excellent. Following up, 7 p.m., YSC1, our first Pick'em Challenge game, Reboot Triple Pornex Fisting at Corksuckers.
Boot fuckers, Corksuckers.
Yep.
Love it. I love a rhyme game.
Yep. Kids, everybody don't bring your kids to this game.
Yeah.
Because this is for adults only.
Yep.
That's because I think Reboot's gonna fuck the Corksuckers.
So you're going Reboot. Okay.
I haven't seen Corksuckers play, but just based on results to date, I think this could actually be a pretty close game.
I don't.
My heart's been behind Reboot this whole year, and I'm not changing. Although I have seen Corksucker play, and I saw him play against Muddy, and even as they got swamped by Muddy, they still played really well. They just weren't able to get offense going. But I mean, if you're in the area, go check it out.
So
I think
this is a pick'em game, right?
This is our pick'em game.
Cooper, give us our pick'em standings real quick.
Yeah, I'll go pick'em stands real quick.
I want to hear talk about how great I am.
Here's what happened last week. In case you know, with the All Girl podcast,
your mic.
we had pick'em games. They were Mastery Soda versus Drop Stoppers, Chalmers versus Raz. That was bonus point. Red Legs, Geezers, Good Neighbors. Tim, you were the only one that didn't do well. 1 and 2. You are 13-8 on the season.
Still winning.
Ben is still on motherfucking fire. He had 3-0, shocking. So he's 18-3 with the bonus point for guessing the spread 2 weeks ago. Myself, I went 2-1. I was 13-8. The guest, that was Stacy. Thank you. 3-0. 12.
Go get Stacy.
The guest only 1 point behind.
And I only missed the bonus point because Ben got his in before I did.
Yeah.
I had him for 2 also, and then I went up. I should have gone down.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, you're still the best.
You're still 3-0, Stacy. You're still 3-0, so.
Yeah.
I was on my way to Wyoming. I really wasn't paying attention.
Clearly, so that's that.
All right.
Moving on. So,
You guys are my bitches and the smartest man alive, but
we're not worthy. We know we're not worthy. I know.
One of the smarter men that I know.
Yeah. So Ben, who's your pick? Reboot or Corksuckers? You're about to say something.
This is a pick'em, right?
Yes, it is, sir.
You know what? I'm going to go with Corksuckers.
Oh my God!
I really like Reboot,
House
especially
money.
after playing them last week. They can
Playing with
score,
house money.
and maybe they're going to be mad playing this game. But I just like the steady hand of the Corksuckers here.
All right. Let's go to the guests, Seth and Kristen.
I love me some Corksuckers. I love hanging out with them. I love drinking with them. I think they're the best dancers in the league. But my money's on Reboot. And Mad Love to Pussy Control and Apocalypse Meow, because that's my summer Friday night team, is Reboot. And Reboot is going to kick some ass. And I have 100% faith in it.
Seth?
Yeah, it's week 8. Reboot hasn't won a game since game of the week 4. I don't know how they're feeling. Corksuckers are going to bring those good vibes all the time. I'm going Cork also.
Corksucker.
You're going Corksucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
I will say, last week they were missing Emberly and Brenton, and that felt like a pretty big loss, especially in right field.
Yeah.
So
Corksuckers can place like nothing. I reffed their game against Red Legs, so game 1, and they did great, but I just don't think they're going to compete again. I don't think they're going to win.
All right, we have a problem. We have 2 guests. Reboot for Kristen, Corksucker for the guest. Stacy, we need your tiebreaker. Come here.
Oh, just go with Kristen.
No. We have to see a tiebreaker.
My kickball mistress can back
me up. We need a tiebreaker. Who do you got?
I love me some Corksuckers, but I have Reboot also.
Reboot it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is this one of those situations where you're picking the
overrule? Any of these 2. That's all. All right. That's all. Okay, I got Reboot too.
I'm gonna pick Reboot.
Well, over at YSC2, 5 p.m., Liberty Hall late fees versus Jayhawker CrossFit. I don't know. Seth, what you think?
Liberty Hall is our neighbor downtown, 6th and Mass, so I got to go with Liberty Hall every time.
You're building fellows.
Yeah. We pay rent to the same dude.
Kristen?
I love you, Amber. I know you'll hold your own, but I'm betting on late fees. Neff has built a really good team this year. He has some great experience. He has the experience, and he brought in new people, so it is going to be late fees.
The fact that Liberty Hall late fees scored 24 runs and lost, they're going to be pissed. No, they won't. They're the most fun team.
They're the most fun team.
They're not going to be pissed, but they'll win. Sorry, Amber. Sorry, Andy. Sorry.
I'm going the same way. I'm going late fees, but I think Jayhawker scores 8 maybe in this game.
They could.
Fun game.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a fun game.
Yeah, it is. I'll guess highest scoring game of the week and late fees win by a little bit.
Yeah, okay. All right. Following the highest prospective game of the week, we've got 7 p.m., YSC 2, Free State Growlers, Mass Street Soda Jerks.
Is this 2-0 versus 0-2?
I'm all for the John Brown on the Free State.
2-0. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, I got Free State by 10 plus.
Wait, what?
Thanks for the drink, Derek.
Was this a choice? This was
No,
a
it was
choice?
not. It was not.
No, I'm just calling 10 plus because I'm an asshole.
No.
You are.
In lieu of that well-written...
Talking to the mic.
I am talking to the mic. It's just fucking loud in here.
Talk louder.
In lieu of that well-written article by Missy, I'm excited to take some of her pitches. And I'm excited to play you guys, probably to lose, but...
I bet you do want some of them.
We'll have her pitch top 1.
I'm gonna pick on you and Moogie in the outfield.
I don't play outfield. I'm an old dude. I don't play outfield anymore. I'll go to the retirement home with shortstop.
As long as we stay away from Austin, he's literally your heart and soul of defense. So I feel like, if I can convince my team not to look at that side of the field,
He's not that, he's not that good.
You guys, I've got nothing but respect for Master. They always play us well. We played you guys last year, and I think we only won by 1 or 2.
It was like 4-3 or some stupid number like that.
So I'm going to have my team hopefully ready to go. We're missing our MVP, Taylor, so...
Insider knowledge.
Late breaking news, and I've been drinking.
I would have never given that up.
Yeah, but Seth, you're the spiritual MVP, so...
That's true. I send a lot of text messages to my team's beer.
All right, following up, we got YSC...
What? He asked us about the picks.
Tim, we matter too.
Free State, easy.
He's skipping over your picks while he's holding out his beer and
all
cash.
at the same time.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Free State. That was a Free State pick.
Yeah. You want Tim?
That's right.
All right,
I had Growlers for sure.
I got Growlers too.
I like underdogs, so I want to see an upset. I want to see an upset. So I got my faith. I am going for Mass Street Soda Jerks. Woo! Love you. Love you, tiny nipples.
So soda over beer, right, Kristen? Soda over beer.
Derek Davis does have very
over beer. We'll call this the Radler Cup. A Radler is a half beer, hot soda.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. We'll make you should make a trophy. I already made a trophy once this year. We're calling it the Radler Cup. Well, I had to hang out with Tim for like 3 days.
No, you don't make trophies like I make trophies,
Uh-oh.
Who do you think makes the trophies for the spring tournament? That'd be one Chelsea Scanlon, one Aaron Adams, and sometimes I help.
Sometimes I show up. I show up occasionally.
Your trophies
showdown?
pale in comparison.
The boot trophy is my old cleat.
That is a good one.
And I wish I beat Cougars team for the boot because it killed me that he took it home.
The Blue Collar Showdown trophy is a classic trophy and will always be seen as, superior to all other trophies.
Yada.
Except for
I'll
those
look into
three
doing something there, Seth.
Let's
get on to the next game.
All right. So the next match. Thanks, Derek, for that transition. YSC 3, 5 p.m. Chargers versus Red Lion.
A match of the teams whose championship window has closed and they're out. It's because it hurts. We've never beat either of you, so.
All right, since Ben will go last, who wants to go first? Go ahead.
I got to go with Red Lion on that one.
Yeah. Kristen?
Is this a pick'em?
No.
Okay, it's not. You said Red Lion? I got Red Lion. They're fun to fuck to play. Even though they shut us out, they were fun.
Red Lion's always beaten Chalmers's. It'll remain that way. Red Lion will win.
I mean, Johnny's beat Chalmers's, so Red Lion beats Chalmers's? Yes.
Sure.
Do it! It's fun! Go for the underdog.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Oh, yeah, we can beat the fuck out of them.
All right. Following that fuck beating, 7 p.m. YSC3 Reading Rockets versus the JSC Electric Kick Eels.
Chris will go last. We're getting to the point of the podcast where Tim can't read anymore.
All right. Kristen, I'm sorry, you guys had a hell of a game at Game of the Week, but I think the Reading Rockets are just a little bit more polished. I think this game, the Rockets take you guys by 3.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna back Tim up here and double up on Reading Rockets. I think they were sandbagging the first part of the season. They're gonna take this game, but let's give Phil one more shout out before we get to the rest of the picks. Give Phil another plug.
Absolutely, I mean, because we all know who's heading up the Reading Rockets. It's our man, Phil Chaliz. Right now, Phil Wildman Childs. He's down, actually. He just told me now he just took a train, and he is in Cape Town, South Africa, as he is searching the wilds.
What is he, Santa Claus? What is he, Santa Claus? He just goes everywhere?
He is searching the wilds of District 9, trying to find some of the armor left behind the alien horde.
The inevitable conclusion to this segment is him walking through the door and punching you in the face.
If you want sunglasses for kickball, Wildman.
Yeah.
If you want wristbands or headbands, Wildman. If you want knee-high socks, Wildman. Fanny packs, anything you need for kickball Sundays,
Belt
Wildman.
buckles.
Yeah. Well said.
Denim jackets.
Wildman.
What's our address with
Ladies,
the phone number?
if you're curious about what Wildman Vintage might have, but you don't want to get out of your living room, you can give them a call at 913-777-4810. Or you can get off your lazy ass and go check them at 939 Massachusetts Street.
I like just walking through there, even if I'm not buying anything.
Right? I mean, you see some stuff hanging up there, and it is obviously, it was like, man, you look at it and like, I could look good in that. I could look good in that, and then you go try it on, and you go, oh, wait, I'm not that cool.
Hey, the sidewalk sale on Thursday, they're probably doing some shit for it. They'll probably have some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Wildman, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll speak for him.
Kristen.
Absolutely.
I pick last. You and Seth still have to go.
I know, I'm going. Kristen.
Talk to me. Tell me your feelings. Tell me how you feel. We have known each other for 7.5 years.
7.5 years, okay.
7.5 years.
Yeah. You played a great game against Empire.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our team played against Reading Rockets, and
you went 10 innings, which is really respectable.
yeah,
you guys
but
never
gosh,
give
damn,
up.
they're tough as fuck.
But you held in it. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
but they're tough as fuck.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, Rockets. I'm sorry.
You're sorry for the Rockets because we're going to bring it?
No, the Rockets are going to win. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's okay. But how do you feel? How does this change your feeling? What if I have a pizza delivered to them at the Mound?
You know why? You know why I'm going to reject it? Because here's the reason why. I know Sean Wilson of the Rockets. When Lady Bird Harvey's trying to bribe with cookies, he's like, no, we're losing. We're not going to have these cookies, so he's not taking no bribes.
You want to know one thing's different? My freshman year in the league, Sean Wilson was my captain. He was our co-captain.
We never bribed anybody with cookies.
And so I know his
gave
secrets.
cookies away.
Sean said,
I know the library.
Sean said you don't get bribed with cookies, he said.
All right, Seth, weigh in real quick. We're getting signs.
Yeah, this is just purely a Williams Division homer pick. I'm just trying to keep our RPI up, so Reading Rockets.
Okay, well, I think we'll surprise you. I will always, unlike Cougar, choose my team. It is going to be Eels by 1.
There you go.
And we're going to fight to the bloody end. It'll be a good game. Woo!
Excellent.
No blood. That's disgusting.
All right.
Oh, well, I'll bleed.
Oh, jeez.
Over in Triple City, we've got at YSC4, Ladybird Harpies at Sacred Sword.
Harpies.
Harpies.
Yeah, Ladybird, we're ready for that Week 9 showdown of undefeateds in the fours, so you got to hold up your end of the bargain. Harpies here.
Yeah. Ladybird Harpies are going to Jason Biggs American Pie fuck Sacred Sword here. Harpies by 10 plus.
Wow, 10 plus.
If somebody could go check my receipts, I have been fed by so many biscuits and gravy from Ladybird Harpies on Sunday mornings. And, I mean, that's not why I'm going for them, but either way, Ladybird Harpies.
So if we cut you open, you'll be having nothing but biscuits and gravy inside you.
And bacon. And mac and cheese.
Lovely.
An irrepressible longing.
And Copperhead from Free Saber. All right, following that game, we've got Empire Cakes back versus Nick Lerner's Patrick.
All right, so wait, what was the biggest hay fuck of the year? Was it like 48-3? Is that right? It was 45 runs?
43, 16 of the final
So Cougar, you won this last week by almost 40, and you're playing the team that got beat by CrossFit.
Yes.
So what's the spread here going to be? And or are you going to pull your team back?
I hate doing this. Don't give me no damn spreads.
I think Empire is going to be feeling themselves a little bit after showing up.
They're going to be upset. They're going to come back again.
That's fine. They can come up saying they want. That's fine.
Yeah, I say Cougars team wins and he keeps his job, but it's by less than 10.
Okay.
Rashad's saying 25.
Yep. Mahomes less than 10.
Mahomes 9.
My homies win one game and they're out here calling they're going to win another game by fucking 25 runs. Calm down. All right.
This is just. You know what? I'll say it anyways. Mahomes by 1.
There you go. Yeah. That is the difference between your team and Empire in the RPI. One.
That's true. We're 35th, and Empire Kings are 36. That's exactly right. Yeah, we're not very good. We're not very good.
We're not very good.
No.
We taught him some tricks. So you're going to have to, be okay.
I'll try.
All right. Our next game, we got over at Lions East. We got, the John Denver Mustache Experience.
Yeah, we're getting the shit now.
Versus Muddy Waters.
Ooh, let me phrase this.
Hey, Avery, what do you have to say?
During the Cougar After Dark podcast. Team most likely to be number 1 in the RPA right now and drop like a fucking rock after this week. John Denver Experience.
Hey, I've heard all of you are a bunch of idiots. So anyway, I don't know if you know this, but neither team will have Isaac Combs this weekend.
Hey, I'm not an idiot. You haven't heard my pick.
Yeah, but you guys got Scott the Scamman Stewart. He is the spiritual Isaac Combs.
French Stewart?
What? All right. Yeah.
So just by RPI, John Denver's the favorite in this, right? So the spread is what?
Right.
Half a run favorite.
Vegas has this at a -2.
Yeah. I got to call the upset. I got to go with Muddy. I got to go with Muddy plus 3.
Muddy with the upset.
Muddy with the upset.
I actually am going to go with John Denver because we talked
about
earlier.
Hey, we don't hug the mic.
That was
we have somebody out there. Jimmy, come up here and give us a prediction. Come on. Come on.
But I will say.
Come on, Jimmy. Yeah. Give us a prediction.
Whoever's the third baseman for JDE better be ready, because good God, they're going to bunt all over you.
And Jimmy, people play better when you tell them you can't do something. So
I think this is an easy 8-run win.
Wait, Avery, do you care to rebut what Jimmy from Muddy Waters said? Care to rebut?
I think you covered your bases.
Hold on, let Avery talk. Avery, go ahead.
I was surprised to find out that Jimmy could speak English. Also, this bunt talk is hilarious. We're very good against the bunt. And
not against us.
Is that true? Did you bunt against us?
All right, that's well said, Avery. All right, 7 p.m. 23rd Street Brewery versus Kicking Assets.
I'll go towel.
All right,
I'll start. I love my brewery, and they showed up last week, but I feel like Kicking Assets has some really good players. I feel like they're due. So I'm going Assets here by a couple.
Assets by a couple? I don't know. I feel like Assets haven't been able to quite get it all together right now, and 23rd Street might just have it a little bit better right now, and I'm going 23rd Street.
Now, Kristen, when you're on the podcast, we have people to do that.
Yeah. Stop doing work.
You don't have to clean up beer spills on your own. Yeah. This is somebody else's opportunity to clean up for you.
The up sign, though, is ruined.
Oh, my phone's okay.
I think that was karmic retribution.
All right, down the line, 23rd Street versus Kicking Assets. Seth, what you think?
I literally never pick Kicking Assets because they beat us in the playoffs last year, and I'd never forget. Never. I don't pick them or River City Matadora, so 23rd Street Brewery every time.
All right.
Who? At least you're upfront about bearing grudges.
Where were we?
23rd Street versus
Kicking assets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ben? Or did you?
I already picked my wife and her comrades.
Yep, of course you did. All right. Kristen?
Kicking assets.
Kicking assets. All right. We're moving on. Lions West, we got Bunt and Grind versus Asteroid Head.
That's a good game. That should be a big one.
Who's gonna show up?
We talked about it.
Right?
This is tough.
Man.
Yeah, see,
Maybe we should have made this
Maybe should have. We got good ones though. This is that top end. It's the Asteroid Head problem. It's the top end talent game.
Yeah, it's like who's gonna fucking be there for?
Well, I went with Mr. Consistent earlier, so I'm gonna stick with it and go with Bunt and Grind.
So am I. Bunt and Grind.
Asteroid Head, you've been up and down too many damn times. You're gonna be down. BNG, but this isn't gravy. BNG.
Asteroid Head.
Yeah, if Bunt and Grind had won last week, I would have definitely said them, but they let down. So, like Ben said, top end talent. Asteroid Head can kick the ball out of whatever stadium they're playing in. So, I'm going with them.
Cougar, is Asteroid Head your Bunt and Grind?
No, I have Bunt and Grind winning.
Yeah, no. Okay. I mean, you said Asteroid Head let you down too many times. That's why I was wondering. You just
they're too up and down. Like sometimes they're up, sometimes this time they'll be down. So I don't know.
All right. Following that game, we got our other Pick'em challenge. Pick'em. River City Matadors versus the Geezers, Good Neighbors. All right. Well, obviously, this is all judging on whether or not Santos can get a fucking team together again.
Yeah, this is the tri-merge that doesn't show. This is actually the battle of our team doesn't fucking show up.
Yeah, Geezers doesn't have a great attendance record.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Do you have any insider knowledge?
Fuck yeah.
I don't.
Hey, Cougar, a la Bryson, give us your pick.
The insider knowledge.
Matadors is trash. Marcus should be on my team. We should go start a new team.
I can't do a good
Marcus has the best on my league. Last week, our team wasn't very good. I can't do good price. I can't do other streets. Like, I kicked a home run, so I tried my hardest. I don't know about everybody else. Those teams played hard. Yeah, but we were missing some people.
No, I can't do the prices. I'm stopping.
Matadors may wear masks, but we wear gloves. We're going to body slam.
You know what? Last week, I went with Jesus Good Neighbors. Everyone with freaking red legs, and I got burned. I'll probably regret this. Geezer Good Neighbors. I'll probably get burned.
If you keep on picking them, eventually they'll win a game.
I'm actually with you in solidarity. I'm going Good Neighbors as well.
Solidarity.
Seth?
Yeah, I'm going Good Neighbors because I want to see a 4 us jump a 2, and I think that our best chance is Matadores. So I want them to lose all their games, and I want us to win all of our games.
Do we have winning?
Geezers, yeah.
Oh, yeah, both of these. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait. Kristen, did you mention your juicy...
What?
Your juicy information?
What?
No, she asked if you had insider info.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is a total fucking crapshoot.
So, Tim,
this could be anything.
All right, so if both teams show up en masse, I feel like it's Geezers. I feel like Matadors has a better chance of showing up en masse because Geezers hasn't had their team there since week 2. So I'm going to take plus Matt scored 9 against Shirt Factory. That's no small
with 9 people.
Yeah, with 9 people. I'm going to go Matadors. I think they're going to be there and ready to play next week.
Yeah, on that note, Ben, I'm also going to follow suit with Matadors. Definitely.
Okay.
All right. Going over Holcomb right, we got the Hertz D-Nut D-Holes.
D-Nuts?
D-Holes.
Donuts.
D-Nuts, those nuts, these nuts, sock 'em, whatever.
The Hertz Corn Nut D-Holes.
The Hertz Corn Nut D-Holes versus Red Legs.
Ooh,
damn.
This is a classic 2 matchup over the years.
Yeah,
these teams live in the 2s. Both of them.
I'll go first. Red Legs are obviously better this year than they had been in the past couple years, and I think we were talking about which games we wanted to make pick'ems and decided this wasn't going to be one of them. It was partly because D-Holes lost last week, took some of the shine off. So I'm going to stick with the hot hand and go with the Red Legs.
Yeah, Red Legs really put it to us in our first game in rank play. However, we were kind of limited on the players that we had. And when we played D-holes, we had everybody that we needed. Man, fuck.
Well, here's a good question, Tim. Which is the better team? You played them both.
This is tough.
You know what? The funny thing is that I think both teams played kind of the same type of game. It's just that my team was a different team each time we played them. God. I think D-holes. D-holes are up. No matter what kind of game we played against them, and that they left their heads up high when we beat them, but they're not okay with that. They're gonna come back with vengeance on Sunday, ready to fucking play. They were like, hey, we fucking lost to Johnny's team. We're not gonna lose again to Red Legs. So I'm going D-holes.
Yeah.
Hotter than frying oil, baby.
In years past, when we had a picking game, I'll pick Red Legs over D-holes, and I've gotten burned. I don't like to get burned. Even though you like to get burned by geezers probably once again. Ugh. No, I'm not getting burned by Red Legs this time. Then I'm going to go D-holes. They'll bounce back.
All right, Dino Power. All the T-Rexes will support D-holes.
So every year there's a team that takes what I write in the blog super personally and sets the world on fire. And that is definitely Red Legs this year. Anytime I see any Red Leg, they're like, damn, you picked us last. I'm like, well, yeah, you finished 0-5 last year, so yeah, I did pick you last.
They did.
And they are definitely using that as fuel. D-holes beat Red Legs last year, but I feel like it's Red Legs' game to win this year.
All right, quick segue. Tim, Jason, Kristen, I've got a big lead in the pick'em here. This is not a pick'em game. I will bet 3 picks on this game, Red Legs. Chance to make up some ground.
I'm not doing it.
Yep.
You're on fire. I'm not doing it.
I don't care. I don't care.
What do I have to keep separate? So you all have to agree, otherwise it won't work.
I'm not doing it.
No.
Cougar doing it. I'll bet you because I make poor life choices.
Cougar, what you got? We're tied right now.
Now, Kristen and Tim, you have to convince Cougar to do it.
Vegas with you, and I'll still bet with you.
Yeah, Cougar, I could go 1 and 2 every week, and you could go 3 and 0, and you still lose. You got nothing to lose here.
I'm chicken.
You really have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I do more games because we
can't come back to win unless we do this, Cougar.
Eventually come down to earth. Maybe next season. I don't know. But no, I'm not doing it.
So the guests are doing pretty well, so it's a bad idea to bet.
All right, I'll scrap that. I'll tell you what. If since I went Red Legs, you all 3 went D-holes, I will buy you all a shot if I lose. How's that?
All right. Shots. Can you just buy me a beer?
I'll buy you a drink of your choice, alcoholic or otherwise.
Fine.
Thank you.
That's fair.
And Seth, you're on my bandwagon, so you're helping me pay for it.
All right. After the Shot'em challenge, Holcomb Wright, 7 p.m. We got the Squids versus KTC.
KTC.
Yeah, KTC.
KTC. It's just like
love your obscene, not happening.
KTC.
Just too.
What happened when they played each other last time? I feel like this was a really close game.
Yeah, this is a classic look-ahead game, right? KTC's got all their energy focused on Muddy, week 9.
And it's a
sneaks up and only loses by 10 kind of thing.
It was the last game of the season, and I think the final score was only 9-4. KTC won. 8-2? Was it really? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Commish.
Yeah, KTC's earned it, I guess. I'll say KTC by 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was no more than 14 points scored.
The way this season is going, though, one of these games is just going to jump up.
This is Holcomb Wright. So it's not going to be easy. Nothing's going to be easily scored.
KTC is on the slow march to the true undefeated season that we haven't seen since we went to the 5-5 deal. So they should show up every game, right?
Right.
All right. Over at Holcomb Left, 5 p.m. Our final pick'em challenge.
What a game!
And for the bonus points,
what a game!
Rats versus Poshwash.
That's a rat sound?
I don't know. Have you ever run into a rat?
Yeah.
And then they run away.
Sound like cats.
You should know. I figure you eat them.
Yeah, we do. They don't sound like. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know.
All right. Well, for me, a wise man told me never sleep on the rats, so I've got rats by 5.
This is the class of the threes right now. Whoever wins this is in the driver's seat to take the threes home.
They're all 5-2 right now.
No, but these two teams are both 2-0. They're the only 2-0 teams in your division, right, Ben?
I don't want to. This is gonna sound presumptuous and rude, but we haven't we do well against Poshwash, so I feel like, and we've already played and lost to Rats, so I feel like if Rats wins here, it's over. If Poshwash wins, this could be a total clusterfuck.
Back in play, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That all being said, I think it's over. I got Rats by 2.
Rats by 2.
Did you get me Rats by 5?
Rats by 5. Yes, I do.
Make sure.
It's noted.
We gotta try our best.
I know.
I'm going Poshwash.
Seth?
Yeah, I'm right there with Ben. We always play well against Poshwash too, and Rats have traditionally beat us, but I always pick it against Poshwash, and I'm always wrong. So I'm going to go with Posh on this one.
Yeah, Poshwash has been doing well like the last few weeks.
How many
Poshwash has come on.
2.
How many say you, Seth?
I'll make it easy, go with 2 also.
2?
Yeah.
Poshwash
We're on this
by 2.
This feels like a 2 either way kind of game.
Let me go and go real quick. You'll go, Commish.
Bring it, Aaron.
You know what? Poshwash, they have cats, right? Cats and rats. And who usually wins that nature battle? Cats. So I want Poshwash.
I don't know, man. You ever been to New York and seen those big ass super rats?
We're about to learn insider information.
Yeah, that's information.
You know, in some places, people have dogs that chase down rats in holes and eat them too. So,
True.
I cannot honestly recall the last time my team has played rats, if we ever have. So this might be a new matchup for my team. But I have played Chalmerses, and I have beaten them. And I have played Red Lion, and I've never beaten them. Those are my last three games. Rats, Chalmers, Red Lion. I feel like we can win at least the next 3.
Woo! On that 5-0 in the threes. All right.
Wow, 5 in the threes.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right, following that game, Holcomb left, which, Johnny's never played at Holcomb left. Johnny's Tavern versus Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Can you beat the best team you've ever beaten 2 weeks in a row?
No.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Lawrence Shirt Factory is going to win this game, obviously, but Tyler's going to hit that fence. Tyler's going to hit the right field fence on this one, because that dude has been bombing balls like I've never seen him bomb balls 2 weeks in a row, and that short fence over there. So tell your right fielder play all the way back.
Hit or over.
Yeah.
Hit.
Yeah, and
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Tyler can really hit the ball, but we got a couple of players. We've got a Michael. We have an Ian. We have a Dalton, and we also have a Hot Carl. And all of those people can bomb the fuck out of the ball.
To right field?
To right field, no problem.
I was going to say, also, Paul Peach on us literally dropped it right field every single time against us, right behind he literally just hit it. He hit it. He could do grounders to right. He could hit it to right. So keep doing it. But yes, I do see you have Cole over there. He's magnificent. I see him.
But you're not also putting into the factor that Johnny's knows how to get into people's heads easily.
And I don't think you can get in Shirt Factory's head. I do not think you can get in Shirt Factory's head.
The team that has like 9 titles, I don't think if we hadn't lost our audience a half hour ago, they'd all be laughing right now.
Yeah, get in their head, see how that happens.
Well, I'll just be the one. Johnny's Tavern's still going to win. Orange Shirt Factory, they're on their way down. They're not going undefeated in the teams. We're winning.
Real quickly, you say you have Dalton and Hot Carl, all these big kickers and all that. You know what Shrimpy says? They don't give a fuck with their defense. You score how many runs? 18 runs on
our outfielders are fast.
On 19 runs for Hurts. You'll be looking to score 6. They don't give a fuck.
Also, they hate fucking their way through the 2s. You better bring lube. Just bring a lot of lube.
Doesn't matter. Shirt Factory will put a hurt on you guys, so you be careful, sir. I know you'll try so I care, but guess what? So is Shirt Factory. So.
I hate to pile on, Tim, but I've watched Shirt Factory a few times in the past 4 weeks, and if you got any gaps, they going to hit them. Yeah. I'm calling Shirt Factory by 10, but they'll be pissed about how many runs they gave up to you.
Tyler will throw his dick towel down if you get more than 2. He will.
No, that's not.
I'm pretty sure our plan is just to kick at him the whole time. In fact, just to get him flustered. You good?
Yep.
We all around?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
I think we piled on enough.
All right, Hobbs Park, great matchup, 7 p.m., Black Stag versus Jazz House.
Wow.
By the way, Jazz House is at 926 and a half Mass. We come here every Tuesday night, about 8-ish, and we enjoy $2.50 anything drinks. But also, if you want to come down here on any other kind of night, you can catch karaoke, you can catch live shows. Come enjoy the Jazz House. It's a great time to live your life. So, Black Stag, Jazz House. Ben, what you think?
Oh. You're hesitating?
Well, I don't say. Is it just me, or something seemed a little off about Black Stag this year?
It's not really.
It might just be the early
It's
season
not
results
this
where
year.
they didn't have the whole team there.
Yeah.
I'm going Black Stag, and I think mostly because they're obviously a great team and they react well after a loss.
Yes.
So I feel like they're going to take this one.
I'm also going Black Stag, but I'm not by much. I think this would be a low-scoring game, if anything. But Jazz House is still going to get some offense around on them for sure.
Black Stag's going to be coming pissed off, losing to JDE. They're going to be sharpening their horns. And once again, the victim will be Jazz House. Now I got Black Stag by 7.
You mean antlers. Stags have antlers.
Go with them, or sharpen their antlers. Thank you. I didn't think about that. Very good. Sharpen their antlers. Bambi will kill you, Jazz House. So.
I'm a contrarian, so I'm picking Jazz House. I always like the underdog. I'm going to pick them, and let's see what happens. I do think Black Stag is going to come out hate fucking.
Yeah, this is the battle of the last two winless teams in the ones. And I got to say, they're both in what seems to be a weird headspace. Like Black Stag, like Ben said, doesn't seem like themselves. Jazz House has been destroyed the past 2 weeks, once in front of Hobbs Park, in front of everybody, and last time they just got murdered by KTC. So if they can come out and have their heads up, I think they're going to have a chance, but I think they're kind of down on themselves, and they're probably – I didn't think they were going to go 0-5. Now I think they probably are going to go 0-5 in the ones. And
sorry, kids.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You got to be able to bounce back, and from what I saw out of their dugout last time, they didn't really bounce back. So I think Black Stag will be right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just tough to bounce back against a team they had to play out of.
Right. Although they're getting some better long-term growth than if they had dropped all the way to the fours and just beat everybody.
Yeah.
So it'll help them long-term.
All right. Well, following that all up, we got our game of the week. But before we get there, let's go ahead and send out a reminder here. Our cleanup crews include the Misfit Toys, Muddy Waters, the Patrick Mahomes, and Poshwash.
So Cougar McCurse is cleaning up.
Hey, Cougar, do you think you can throw a Jello shot out of the stadium?
No.
Just like Patrick Mahomes did? No? Okay.
That's easy enough.
I can throw a gel shot out of the stadium if I had a catapult. Because I can't.
What about a slingshot? Can we bring slingshots back?
Catapult?
No.
Actually, I kind of like that.
No, you know why? I can't see, so there's no way I can aim. I'll probably hit myself on the
All right. Well, either way, so those 4 teams have got plenty of options. You can either clean, you can run merchandise, or you can help clean, or you can also get on the horn and get yourself behind the scoreboard. However, I will say, if you go and run the scoreboard, bring yourself plenty of DEET, because there's plenty of mosquitoes.
Yeah, there's
back
lots
there.
of bugs.
It is ridiculous. It's a fun time if you're protected. That is before, during, and after the game.
And if you do scoreboard, please do the standards like T from Drop Stoppers. And by the way, he's going to be playing. He'll be watching you. Don't be shenanigans like Ben tries to suggest.
You know what's going to happen is, so Red Lion and Kicking Assets didn't throw out any Jello shots at their game of the week. When Red Lion's on cleanup, we're going to throw Jello shots from the stands onto the field. Because fuck you guys. We don't have to clean up the field.
That's true.
So, after all that said, our game of the week, week 8, we've got Drop Stoppers versus
You start.
kind of tough. Actually, kind of tough. Drop Stoppers are getting themselves a win. Roost have kind of lost a couple. Maybe they should. They should have won.
This is actually tough. So Drop Stoppers, I think, is the Vegas favorite here by 4 or 5 runs maybe. But there is that Dan Mauga at Game of the Week X Factor.
Mentality, yeah, the X Factor.
On the flip side, everybody going to be there for Roost, right? So they're going to have to kick 2 people in every spot. It's going to be tough. And Dropstopper's roster just isn't that big. They have the same players showing up every week. So I got to take Dropstoppers.
I as well. I'm going to take Dropstoppers on this, but it's going to be another good game. I mean, people have been saying everything about all these kind of games that the people have chosen for Game of the Weeks, but no, this is another good game. Way to go on the board making this choice. This is going to be a good game. Come
really,
on,
they
watch
pick themselves. I mean, literally, they pick themselves. We have no other choice.
That's true. All right, here's the thing. Aaron, you're out there, Kamish, you know you love stats. So here's a stat. All right. Other than Empire Kicks Back, who's a team who has not scored in double digits all season long? Woost. That'll be Woost. And guess what? Not going to happen here because they struggle to score. Dan Malga, he can't do everything, okay? He just can't. Otherwise, they'd be like 7-0.
Dropstoppers is good, too.
I know, that's right. That's right, Dropstoppers will probably win by 8. There. And Woost will not go double digits.
By 8?
Yeah.
Dropstoppers.
All right, so I got all the respect in the world for Woost. We played Dropstoppers, and they played probably their worst game of the entire season against us. They gave up a ton of runs at Hobbs Park at 7 o'clock last week, 2 weeks ago. I think the most clutch kick I've ever seen in my entire life in kickball was Dan Malga at Game of the Week like 5 or 6 years ago, whatever, when he split the center fielder and right fielder to win the fucking game.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet against that dude. Woost is gonna win this one.
Oh, okay.
Are they going to score double digits? That's a real question.
I said they're going to win. I don't know.
Oh, it's going to win. I said double digits. I'm going to say that.
Stop drilling the man, Cougar.
Actually, it's probably a toss-up between that one and I think it was Tyler's kick to deep right against Channel 6 to tie it up.
When they were just totally up against the wall and Tyler just bombed that one.
Yep.
All right. Well, before we all sign off, one thing I want to say is I want to thank you, Safe Bar Alliance, for being our charity, charity this year. I want to shout out to everybody else. Get your money out. Bring some dollar bills. Get a couple tickets in there. Get your chance to kick at the sign. It's a lot of fun. And not only is it a lot of fun, but it really, your money really impacts things locally, and that's really what matters. And, of course, Wildman Vintage. I mean, if you're not wearing the clothes you want to, fucking go to Wildman and get the ones that you want. They got everything you want. They've got boots, they got hats, they got jackets, they got t-shirts, they got belt buckles, they got sunglasses, they got everything you need. They've got Mongolian wrestling wear if you really need it. All right? And finally, always we thank the Jazz House, 926 and a half Mass, for giving up this space for... So, I want to thank everybody for listening. Have a great week. And
no. Don't send us out without asking Cougar a question.
That is right. I was getting all warmed up. Cougar, we've got a couple of questions for you. Go ahead. Lay it on him.
Does anybody out there want to ask Cougar a question?
I have one.
Yeah. Kristen's got a question for me. Maurice's got a question.
Mine is actually a genuine question about team building.
Sure.
And I came from one of my players, but I actually have a question about it too. Because we have 4 captains on here, how do you look for recruits when you're building your team to fit it with the culture of your team?
I'll be really honest with you. I have no idea. And here's the reason why. I live in Kansas City, so as far as recruiting, I don't really have any control about that. I really like more of my teammates to recruit for me because they live in town. They're teammates with me all these times. So Rashad, who's not here, he's helped me out. Other team members, they help me out as well because they live in town. They know the players they play, fall ball and all that. They help me.
I can give the old school KVK answer to that, and it's like there's a new busboy interviewing for a job, and I'm like, can we put a line item on there that says, are you athletic? Did you play soccer? Did you play baseball? You're going to need Sunday nights off. That's how we recruit.
There you go.
All right, I'm Tim and...
What's that?
Any question?
How do you recruit, and does it impact the culture of your team?
Oh, God. So I usually leave it up to Chris because I don't like to disagree with him, and I don't like to recruit. But if I didn't have Chris, I would probably just hire Marisa to do it because she seems to pick out all these great athletes from wherever, and they show up and play well.
Johnny's really hasn't changed from the last 3 years. We've only incorporated a couple of players. So we really only recruit from within. It's players that know other people that are probably, better than, our own players. I mean, that's how it happens. So it comes from within and just asking, if someone's interested.
You know, I'll say, like, I hit up all of my friends because their kids are all now, like, 18, 19, and they're amazing athletes. So that's where I'm recruiting all my new players from.
See, that's what Stacy, Tim, Seth all said with athleticism. Literally, the last time I recruited was when we were at Dempsey's D's Nuts. And I remember asking a guy who just said, hey, are you an asshole? Because if you're an asshole, you can't play for me.
Yeah. But Stacy, real talk, you actually recruit by giving birth to players.
Any other Ask Cougars?
Marisa, you got your Ask Cougar question?
Marisa, did you have your Ask Cougar?
All right.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Cougar. I posted this online, but want to ask it anyway. So,
Into the mic.
Okay, so I asked this earlier online, but first I want to say, Ben looks so fucking tan up there. I don't know what it is. Anybody? Does Ben look really tan right now?
It's the fucking pink shirt. That's what does it.
Okay, sorry. I just got a little excited. So, Cougar, if you had to be an inanimate object for a year, what object would you be?
It sounds boring. You know what? A big old...
No, it's boring, but it's a really good question.
I know. My answer is boring, but if it's the truth, a big old boulder. And I'll tell you why.
A what? A big old
boulder.
Boulder?
A big old boulder.
Like a sling turn boulder? Like you're
No, a big rock boulder. Big rock boulder. And the reason why I say that because...
So you would have a lot of potential energy, so at any point in time you may roll down and decimate a village. Is that what you want?
No, that's not why.
Is that what you're trying to say, is that you have all this energy built up and at any point in time you can kill everybody?
No, that's just dark.
No?
No.
I don't know.
That's the reason why it's a big old boulder, because I'm talking about big old mountain.
A boulder is full of potential energy.
I know, you're right.
Answer it, goddamn.
Anyways, maybe a big old boulder is because I get to see nature and all that. I get to see like all these.
Boulders don't have eyes; they can't see anything.
Well, I can't see nothing in animation, so.
Well, I mean, if it's a human-like boulder, we can assume
Cougar,
it
do you
has
want to take
eyes.
any off the internet?
So.
Do you want to take any of the internet ones?
And the reason why the boulder real quick is because I get to see all this nature stuff. I can see the predator versus prey. Who's going to win, the predator versus prey? Because I'm on top of it, I see these awesome things. With the eagle or some other hapless.
Boulders.
Yeah, so I be seeing these awesome things in nature on top of some mountain. Well, that's all.
All right.
Boring, but.
Any of the internet questions? That one, or Adam's here, but Aaron's not. Do you want any of the internet questions?
Now the Adam question. Do you bet on the championship being a rematch from last year, or do you bet the rest of the field to provide at least one team? No, it'll be a rematch. That's my answer.
All right. And after those questions, we're sending off. I want to thank everybody here at the Jazz House, 926 and having your drinks, enjoying our time, listening to our antics, and everybody still listening at home or about to tune in later. This is the KBKL podcast. I'm Tim Fredrickson, signing off with Jason Cougar Huang.
Boulder.
If I was an inanimate object, I'd be Cougars RPI standings.
Seth Sanchez.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez went to 2 AFC championship games. Let's count them 2.
And Kristen, I can't get the last names right to help me for the sake
So
of
help you God, Kristen Cooley. Good night.
Hey, on the plus side, Kristen, this going out song is for you.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Oh, can't hear it.
It's the sound of silence, isn't it? Coming. Okay.
It's to you.
Oh, some nice good jazz. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, I get that.
I love it. Thank you, Ben.
Plus, you are kind of like Novocaine.
So am I. You better give me.
Well played.
So I don't die.
No, fine. Thank you.